What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. 5 CU Chapter 76, Sublime Flash Time Kung Fu and Create the Universe Creation Method. The energy of Sun Gohan and Kair collided, compressed, and turned into energy with higher quality. Moreover, this energy has reached a critical point. Next moment. Boom, a deafening sound sounded, followed by an extremely violent explosion. In the ring, the energy collision between Sun Gohan and Kair finally reached the limit. With neither one able to do anything to the other, they exploded. The energy after the explosion spread out, knocking both Sun Gohan and Kair away. If it weren't for the fact that the arena was reinforced by two angels and a barrier was set up near the arena, then this time the energy explosion of the two people will definitely cause huge damage. But even so, a big hole appeared in the reinforced arena. This shows how powerful this energy burst is. As the movement disappeared, both Sun Gohan and Kair fell to the ground, and both of them fell out of the ring. However, it is necessary to distinguish who lands first. The person who lands first loses, and the person who lands last wins. The referee replayed what happened when the explosion occurred. Sun Gohan and Kair were blown away by the energy of their own explosions, and flew upside down at the same time and landed on the ring. And after careful comparison, they both fell to the ground at the same time. In other words, both of them were eliminated. For this result, Subai can accept it, and Champa can barely accept it. At least one Kel also replaced two players from the 7th universe. Compared to Frost, Gabe and Caulifla are much stronger. As for the remaining two contestants of the 7th universe, let's leave it to the 6th universe's final ace, Hit, to deal with them. Because both Sun Gohan and Kair had fainted, 627, sent people from both sides to take them back to the player's bench. Hit, the rest is up to you. Now there are two contestants left in the 7th universe, and you are the only one left in our 6th universe. But I believe you will be fine. Champa has great trust in Hitna. Just like Subai trusts Brawly. Subai believes that Brawly can beat all the players in Universe 6 by himself. Similarly, Champa also believes that Hit can defeat all the players in the 7th universe by himself. Therefore, although there is only Hit left in the 6th universe, there are still two people left in the 7th universe. But Champa remained unfazed, because he believed that with Hit's strength, it would not be a problem for one to fight two. Not to mention one by one, even if the two remaining players from the 7th universe join forces. He won't be Hit's opponent either, so he is waiting now for Hit to get the victory back. It's just that unlike Champa's trust, Hit's confidence in himself is not that full. If it was before, then he didn't take this competition seriously. But now, after learning that Brawly exists in the 7th universe, the situation is different. Although he hasn't fought Brawly yet, and Brawly hasn't shown his strength yet. However, Hit has no confidence that he can defeat him. I'll try my best. Therefore, Hit did not speak too fully. Of course, Champa didn't hear what Hit meant, he just thought it was a sign of Hit's humility. Hit got on the ring and looked at Brawly. Master Subai, let me play next. You must be planning to let Brawly play last, then it will be my turn next. On the 7th universe's contestant bench, Son Goku is eager to try. The last contestant in the 6th universe must be very powerful. And he likes to fight with powerful opponents the most. Of course you can't miss it, okay, then you can come on. But you'd better use your full strength as soon as you come up, and you don't have to think about winning. Do your best. Originally, Subai planned to let Brawly play directly. But seeing Son Goku so eager to give it a try, it's not easy to extinguish his high arrogance. Let Son Goku play first. As for victory, Subai has no hope. Because Son Goku will not be Hit's opponent and will eventually be defeated by Hit. Even though Son Goku in the main time and space can contend with Hit for so long, he can even break Hit's time blinking technique. But that's because Vegeta was scouting the path before, and Son Goku observed Hit's attack pattern and deduced how Hit would attack after using Flash Time Kung Fu. Only in this way can Hit's Flash Time skill be broken. But now, no one is helping him find a way. It is even said that Son Goku himself was the first person to explore the path. Therefore, it is impossible for him to crack Hit's Flash Time skill. Of course, Son Goku will not be defeated so easily, and it is still possible to fight Hit a few times. Don't look at Vegeta in the main time and space, he was easily defeated by Hit under his Super Blue transformation. But at least Vegeta was able to withstand Hit's attacks. Of course this is not the point. The key is that when Vegeta fought with Hit, he was no longer in full condition. Vegeta had fought Frost, Maggot and Gabe one after another. Especially in Magata, a lot of physical energy was consumed. As a result, when he faced Hit, his state was not particularly bad, but it was still relatively bad. Only in this way will he be easily defeated by Hit. If it is full, Vegeta will still not be Hit's opponent. But at least, it won't be defeated so easily, and now Son Goku is in full condition to face Hit. Therefore, although he will not be Hit's opponent, at least he will not lose so easily. And it would also be good for him to have Son Goku fight Hit. After all, it is helpful for Saiyan to improve his strength after fighting a powerful opponent. With Subai's consent, Son Goku stepped onto the ring very excitedly. Seeing Son Goku coming on stage, Hit glanced at him and said, "I didn't take it to heart." He didn't feel any threat from the other party, so, just do it in one move. Son Goku looked at Hit. Although he was very excited, he did not underestimate the enemy in his heart. The last player sent out by the 6th universe must have extraordinary strength. Let's test the opponent's strength first. With this in mind, Son Goku took the lead in launching an attack. He simply forgot what Subai had reminded him, telling him to use his full strength as soon as he came up. There is no way, this is Son Goku's habit, he will not fight with all his strength as soon as he comes up. Instead, he will first test how strong his opponent is. It is precisely because of this habit that Son Goku suffered a lot. However, he still has not corrected this habit. I saw Son Goku actually using normalcy to test Hit's strength. Subai shook his head. There is no need to continue reading. If Son Goku listened to him, Hi-Rise would transform into Super Blue and use his full strength. Hit can't defeat him so easily, it will take some effort. But now, Son Goku goes straight to test Hit's strength. This is completely an act of seeking death. If it were another opponent, Son Goku's move would still be a bad habit, but at least it wouldn't be a big problem. At most, he will be beaten up by his testing opponent, and then Son Goku will know that his opponent is good, and then he will show his true strength at 10 o'clock. But the problem is, Son Goku's opponent this time is Hit. Who is Hit? He is the strongest killer in the 6th universe. He is a killer. What are the characteristics of a killer? That's a one-hit kill, although because of the rules, Hit can't kill his opponent. But he only needs to control the intensity to ensure that the opponent does not die after being hit by his killing move. You must know that even killers like Dao Baibai know how to attack vital parts. Not to mention Hit. The emphasis is on attacking the vital parts with one hit to kill. He would not be like the opponent's Son Goku had encountered before. When he saw Son Goku testing him, he would just give Son Goku a good beating. He would never let go of such a good opportunity. With Son Goku's normal strength, what will happen if Hit attacks his vital parts? What happened next can well illustrate the answer to this question. Seeing Son Goku rushing toward him, Hit put his hands in his pockets and remained motionless. The next moment, he completely disappeared. Son Goku only saw Hit suddenly disappear on the spot, and then there was a sudden pain in his heart, and then his vision went dark and he lost consciousness. From the perspective of bystanders, they saw Hit disappear, then Son Goku suddenly fell to the ground, and then Hit appeared next to him. What a speed! Vegeta thought it was because Hit was too fast, so he didn't let him see how he disappeared. But Son Gohan on the side felt something was not right. Uncle Vegeta, it doesn't seem like it's because of the speed. It's as if this Hit suddenly disappeared and then suddenly appeared again. The action process in between was completely different. 0.0 inches. Son Gohan is stronger than Vegeta, so he can also see a lot of things. If it was just fast, there should be some traces. But Hit's disappearance and appearance left no trace at all, as if the middle process was skipped directly. It's a bit similar to his father's instant transmission. It disappears suddenly and appears in another place. But it's different. Hit's attack just now was not instant transmission. It was more like he skipped the process of getting close to his father and then taking action against his father. Very strange and very powerful. Master Subai, do you know what is going on? Son Gohan looked at Subai. In his mind, Subai was not only powerful, but also almost omniscient and omnipotent. Frost has a hidden weapon in his right hand, and Kel will perform the same super transformation as Broly, which he knew in advance. So this time, I believe he should also know what Hit just did. However, Subai did not tell Son Gohan. It's not because he doesn't know, nor because he doesn't want to tell Son Gohan. But because you have watched Hit perform Flash Time Kung Fu and understood the essence of Flash Time Kung Fu. Close black lens bracket. You combine the essence of Flash Time Gong, add your own thinking and insights, and sublimate Flash Time Gong. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You have understood the universe creation method. Close black lens bracket. After seeing Hit perform the Flash Time Kung Fu, Subai's incredible understanding came into play again. This time, the Flash Time skill was directly sublimated into the universe creation method. Originally Subai thought that he would strengthen Shi. The special time blinking skill allows him to jump for more time. Unexpectedly, it was directly sublimated into the universe creation method. But after thinking about it, Subai understood. Hit's time flash skill can jump time, but in fact the time jumped by him does not disappear, but is stored by Hit. Don't ask how time can be stored, probably only Hit himself knows. Therefore, Hit's time blinking skill is not about traveling through time and space, it is just because he stores a period of time, and then he can directly skip this period of time. In the original work, Hit has strengthened his time blinking skills. Not only can he jump in time, he can even use the time he has stored to create a miniature parallel space. Not only can he enter this parallel space, he can also trap others in it. At the power conference, Hit used the parallel space he created to trap Jiren and wanted to trap Jiren until the end of the conference. It's a pity that Jiren's strength was too strong, which directly shattered Hit's time, causing the space he created to shatter. And Hit used his time jump to create a miniature parallel space. In fact, it is equivalent to creating a prototype of the universe. It's just that it's very difficult for this prototype to grow up, and even 2.2 is impossible for Hit. But with Su Bai's incredible understanding, Hit's flash time kung fu was directly sublimated and became the universe creation technique. In other words, Su Bai can create a universe in the future, or even just one universe. It is easy to destroy a universe, but it is not easy to create a universe. There are not many beings who have the ability to create universes. Maybe Grand Priest has this ability, and the dragon god Salama also has this ability. As for the others, there are almost none. Even if Supreme Kai can create planets, they can't create universes. Angel can't do it either, unless using tools, such as the universe tree. In Dragon Ball Heroes, the villain Fu just wanted to use the universe tree to create a new universe, and he succeeded. But now, Su Bai can rely on his own power to create a new universe. Not even just one universe. After all, the universe creation method is a way to create a universe, but there is no restriction that you can only create one universe. Although in the Dragon Ball world, creating a new universe does not seem to be of any help in improving strength. However, if you can have a universe of your own, and a universe created by yourself. This feels very good too, although Su Bai is now the gods of destruction in the 7th universe. But the 7th universe is not his. He is only temporarily managing the 7th universe while serving as gods of destruction. But the universe is created using the universe creation method. That is his own. There is a big difference between the two. Chapter 77 Su Bai. Don't learn from Son Goku. If this were placed in those fantasy worlds, those who could create the universe would be boss-level experts. And according to the universe creation law, the created universe is within my body. This is equivalent to the universe inside the body. It reminds me of several familiar characters. Su Bai couldn't help but feel happy. He was now on the path of fantasy. When someone from the fantasy world joins the chat group in the future, he will really rely on the things from the other person's world to set himself on another path. But I don't know when people from the fantasy world will join the chat group. But that's all for later. As for now, it is better to complete the task of the chat group and get the Saiyan bloodline first. After all, the Saiyan bloodline, even in those fantasy worlds, is considered the top bloodline among the top. In the arena, Son Goku didn't wake up after being knocked unconscious by Hit. He didn't wake up until the referee counted to 10. So, he lost the game. However, Son Goku just fainted and did not die. It was also the rules that saved him. Otherwise, if Hit's attack just now had been heavier, Son Goku's heart would have been pierced. It's true, Dad. Mr. Su Bai has already reminded him to use all his strength as soon as he comes up, but he still has to test the strength of Hit without changing his shape. After bringing his father back, Son Gohan also said helplessly. He was speechless for a long time about his father's habit. But there was no way, his father never corrected himself. Now, I am suffering from this bad habit again. If he had used all his strength from the moment he came up, he might still be able to fight. But he had to use his normal state to test the opponent's strength, and was instantly killed by the opponent with one move. But then again, this Hit is really different from the opponents they have encountered before. For previous opponents, even if his father tested the opponent's strength, the most the opponent would do was beat his father. But this Hit, he immediately plays 20 wolf moves. If there was no rule against killing opponents, his father would probably have been killed. This Hit is a ruthless person, but fortunately, they still have the final ace Broly. Broly, I'll leave it to you, Su Bai said to Broly, finally sending out the ace player of the 7th universe. Broly nodded and stepped onto the ring. And Su Bai also recorded the scene where Son Goku was instantly killed by Hit with one move and posted it to the group. Su Bai. At all members, everyone, please don't be like Son Goku in the video. Garp. Oh, is the group leader here to give us advice again? Guo Jing. I wonder what the group leader is going to teach us this time. Diya. Brother Su Bai. I wonder what happened to this Son Goku. Why don't you let us study? Su Bai. Actually, there is no big problem. When facing an opponent who is much stronger than him, he uses his weakest strength to test the opponent's strength. Su Bai. Then, there was no more, I was directly defeated by the opponent. Su Bai. So what I want to tell you is that it is normal to test the opponent's strength. But the problem is that testing is testing. At least use your own stronger strength to test. Don't test me with your weakest strength. This is what makes Su Bai most speechless. If Son Goku is just testing Hit's strength, then there is actually no problem. After all, when facing an opponent whose strength is unknown, it is normal to test the opponent's strength first, and there is nothing wrong with it. But the question is, when testing the opponent's strength, can you improve your own strength first? How can anyone test the opponent's strength by using his or her weakest strength? I'm really not afraid that the opponent will kill me directly, causing me to lose without using my stronger strength. Whenever Son Goku transforms into a super god, he can test the opponent's strength. There's nothing wrong with that, but it would be a bit too much to directly use normalcy to test the opponent's strength. Being killed instantly by Hit, There was no suspense at all. Oga Tatsumi. I see, then it's really not unfair for Son Goku to lose. Oga Tatsumi. When I fight, I won't use my strongest strength from the beginning, but I will definitely not use my weakest strength. Oga Tatsumi. At least use 1/3 of your strength. When facing opponents who don't know their strength, you will use more than half of your strength. Lu Pijang. This is not a passionate fighting world, so we rarely fight. Lu Pijang. But once I need to take action, I will do my best. After all, either I will defeat you or you will defeat me. It is better for me to defeat you. Butterfly Ninja. Yeah, when we dealt with ghosts in the past, we didn't even try to test the strength of those ghosts. We just attacked with all our strength as soon as we got up, trying to get rid of the ghosts as quickly as possible. Butterfly Ninja. If we were like Son Goku and tested the strength of those ghosts, then all the members of the Demon Slayer squad would have been dead long ago. Garp. There is nothing wrong with testing the opponent's strength, but you must also test with a certain level of strength. Only in this way can you ensure that after the opponent becomes very strong, you can react in time and show stronger strength. Garp. Like Son Goku, he uses his weakest strength to test his opponent's strength. It's really not a loss to be defeated. According to the group leader, when Son Goku went to test the opponent's strength, the strength he used was not even 100,000th. This is outrageous. Even if you don't use 70% strength, you will have 80% strength. At least half of the strength must be used. As a result, he used less than 100,000th of his strength to test an obviously extraordinary opponent. Isn't this seeking death? Maybe this Son Goku is very powerful, even stronger than that Vegeta. But his bad habit is really bad. Subai, in short, just don't learn from him. When facing opponents who don't know their strength, you can test them, but at least use more than half of my strength to test them. Diya. Don't worry, Brother Subai, we understand. Xiao Longnu. That's right, Brother Subai, we won't learn from this Son Goku. Subai. Yeah. Subai believes that these group members, at least among these group members, do not have those very rebellious members. Unlike Son Goku, when facing a powerful opponent with unknown strength, he directly forgot everything he told him. Ha 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 ha, Subai, now there is only the last contestant left in your 7th universe. That is to say, this battle is the last battle to decide this round of competition. In the 6th universe contestant box, Champa looked at Subai and said very excitedly. He knew that Hit would be fine. No, he immediately killed the 7th universe player in an instant. Now, there is only one player left in the 7th universe. And he also believed that Hit would be able to defeat this player soon. The victory in this round of competition will soon fall to their 6th universe. But Champa has already started popping the champagne. But Hit, who holds the champagne, is not as relaxed as Champa thought at this time. Because, he finally faced the person he had been paying attention to since he came here. Broly from the 7th universe. This person looks naive and seems to have no experience. But Hit knew that the other party was definitely not simple. He and Kair were probably the same type of Saiyan. Kair was also submissive before she transformed, and it looked like she could be knocked down with one punch. But what about actually, once transformed, it will be extremely fierce. So Hit knew very well that the Broly in front of him was probably the kind of fierce Han Asian. Although I don't know if the other person is the same type of Saiyan as Kair. He thought it was just his own guess, but he trusted his instincts. If the opponent is allowed to transform like Kel, it will become troublesome to solve. So Hit decided to defeat Broly before he transformed. Hit was ready to use the Flash Kung Fu for a quick victory. But in the next moment, aha! Broly roared, and an extremely violent aura erupted from him. Hit, who had originally planned to fight quickly and defeat Broly before he transformed, suddenly stopped. Then he saw that Broly, who was already tall enough, became taller and stronger. And her black hair also turned green. The exact same transformation as Kel's previous one. He was right. This Broly is indeed the same type of person as Kel. And judging from the momentum bursting out from Broly, this Broly is more powerful than Kair. His idea of a quick victory came to nothing. What? There is actually a Saiyan like Kyle in the 7th universe. In the 6th universe's contestant table, Caulifla and Gabby looked at Broly who had transformed into super mode, and Tien was very surprised. They originally thought that Kair was already a special enough Saiyan. Having a Saiyan like this is already a very remarkable thing. But I didn't expect that the 7th universe actually has the same Saiyan. And it seems that Saiyan from the 7th universe is even more powerful than Kair. Is this what I look like after I lose consciousness? How terrible. At this time, Kair, who had recovered, looked at the transformed Broly on the ring and felt a little scared. She knew that when she lost consciousness, she would turn into a very scary Saiyan. But she has never seen herself after losing consciousness. See it now. I didn't expect that after she lost consciousness, she would turn into such a terrifying appearance. And it seems that Broly-san of the 7th universe, unlike Kel-san, can control this power by himself. At this time, Vados spoke. After a reminder, others also reacted. Indeed, Broly uses this power on his own. There is no external force that prompts him to use it. Unlike Kel, he transformed because of his anger towards Vegeta. Broly from the 7th universe can actually use this power freely. In other words, he has mastered this power, and after using this power, he will not lose his mind like Kel. Kyle, you have to train hard when you go back. Be like this Broly and control your own power. Caulifla said to Kel, since Saiyan of the 7th universe can. If you can do it, then Kel can definitely do it too. And maybe, in the process of training Kair to transform, he will know how to transform into Super Saiyan. Now I want Saiyan from the 7th universe to teach them how to transform, which is probably not possible. So they can only rely on themselves. Elder sister. Kair looked at his sister's excited look, feeling a little scared and helpless. Originally, her sister would not care whether she was trained or not. But now, seeing that Broly from the 7th universe can control his own power. Therefore, my sister also wants her to become the same. Alas, I don't know how rigorous training my sister will allow me to undergo. But Kair didn't refuse, because in her opinion, if she could really control her own power, then you can better protect your sister. Kair looked at Caulifla, and for a moment, some orange aura seemed to appear around the two of them. The 7th universe player seat. Goku, have you seen what Broly did? He didn't use his full strength right from the start, but at least he used his second strongest transformation. But what about you? Why do you want to use normalcy to test your opponent's strength? Son Goku had already woken up at this time, so Subai also pointed at Broly and educated Son Goku. Although it may not be useful to know, we still need to educate what should be educated. He would educate Son Goku only once. If Son Goku still doesn't correct himself, then he won't say it again, just leave it like that. Hey, Master Subai, I'm used to it. Son Goku scratched his head and said a little embarrassedly. At the same time, I also felt very sorry, he didn't even have a good fight with Hit before he was defeated by him. The opponent's strength is indeed very strong, but if he uses all his strength, he should still be able to fight. However, he will not be given a second chance, but I never thought you could win. So whether you are defeated after a hard fight or instantly killed, the result is the same. Subai was dissatisfied with Son Goku's way of testing, not his defeat. Son Goku will definitely lose anyway. As for the process, there is not much difference. Fortunately, our last contestant is Uncle Broly. Hit on the opposite side is very powerful, but he probably can't win against Uncle Broly. Son Gohan on the side is also very confident in Broly. There is no way, after seeing Broly's strength, there is no way to lose confidence in him. Just like Champa also has confidence in Hit, neither side knows how strong the other player is. But they all have confidence in their own universe players. As for which side's confidence can win, the next battle will be revealed. Chapter 78 Looking for Broly's weakness? Chuanchao Saiyan has no weaknesses. On the ring, facing the transformed Broly, Hit's expression became serious. The hands that were originally in the pockets were also taken out. He even assumed a fighting stance. This means that Hit is serious. There is no way not to take it seriously. Broly opposite has already completed his transformation just like Kel. And his strength is stronger than Kair. And the most terrifying thing is that Broly's pupils have not disappeared, his eyes are still clear. This shows that he has not lost his mind like Kel. After the transformation, Kair is very powerful, but his weakness is also obvious, that is, he has lost his mind and cannot dodge the opponent's attacks at all, and can only run rampant. Therefore, although Hit felt that it would be very troublesome to face Kair, it was not impossible to solve it. He can hit the same vital spot several times in a row. No matter how strong Kair is, once a vital part is attacked several times, and it's the same vital part, he will definitely not be able to withstand it. Anyway, Kair has lost her mind, so it is not difficult to hit her. But facing Broly, it's different. Broly not only transformed like Kel, but he also didn't lose his mind. In this way, he won't be stupid enough to resist his own attack. Although he can use the Flash Kung Fu to attack. But the question is my Flash Time skill really useful to the other party? As his own unique skill, Hit has always been very confident in his flashing skills. He also relied on this move to never miss even once. But now, although there is no official battle with Broly, however, he had a little doubt about his Flash Time skill. Will my own Flash Time skill be useful to the other party? The answer to this question is actually very simple. That is, you will know after you try it. Hit looked at Broly and took the lead. He used the Flash Time skill to get to Broly's side, and then launched an attack. But when his attack came in front of Broly, Broly suddenly turned around and blocked his attack. Hit quickly used the Flash Time Kung Fu again and launched another attack at a different location. However, it was still blocked by Broly. This time Hit was sure that Broly had really seen through his time blinking skills. That's it. I just saw Hit disappear suddenly and then lose consciousness. I didn't even see how the other party launched the attack. Son Goku, who had suffered a lot, was immediately excited when he saw Hit perform the Flash Time Kung Fu again. He had previously experienced Hit's flashing skills in the ring as a client. But now, as a bystander, he saw Hit's flash skill. But the only difference is that he still doesn't know how Hit did it. He only knew that if he fought Hit again, the outcome would not change. Master Subai, do you know what is going on? Son Goku looked at Subai and asked curiously. Son Gohan also looked at Subai very curiously. When he asked before, Subai seemed to be thinking about something and ignored him. But now, my father asked, I wonder if Lord Jaibai will answer. The move Hit used is called Flash Time Kung Fu. After using this trick, he can skip the period of time when he comes in front of you and then attacks you. That's why you can't see his trajectory, you just see him suddenly disappear, then suddenly appear, and the attack is over. In fact, he just skipped this period of time. The time he can skip currently is 0.1 second, but for a strong man of this level, he can already do a lot of things in 0.1 second. Tenth of a second is naturally very fast for an ordinary person, it is just the blink of an eye. But for a strong man of Hit's level, there are too many things that can be done in tenths of a second. And he can use flash time kung fu to skip the process of these things, and the results will appear directly. However, it is difficult for Son Goku and the others to resist this move. But for someone whose strength is similar to Hit, or even stronger than him, his flashing skill is meaningless and will be seen through at a glance. What happened during the period he jumped over will be very clearly displayed in front of them. Broly is like this now, that's why he blocks Hit's attack. Perhaps in his opinion, Hit was just attacking normally. I didn't expect that Hit actually used the flash time kung fu. After listening to Subai's explanation, Son Goku and others also understood. Although what Subai said was lofty, they were all strong men, so they naturally understood what Subai meant. I see, so my previous idea was correct, Son Gohan said. He had said before that Hit's sudden disappearance and appearance did not seem to be caused by his speed. It's more like skipping this part of the process. Now hearing Mr. Subai's explanation, he verified that his previous thoughts were correct. No wonder I couldn't see how he disappeared and appeared at all, or even how he took action. It turns out that he actually skipped these processes and only left the results. Come on. Just use your normal state to test Hit. Even if Hit doesn't use the time flash kung fu, you won't be able to keep up with his speed. Vegeta looked at Son Goku and taunted. Son Goku didn't mind either, but looked at Broly who blocked all Hit's attacks on the ring. So, Broly saw through Hit's move. Well, although Hit's move is very strong, as long as you are stronger than him, then this move is useless. Also, even if you can't see through this move, as long as you observe Hit's fighting style, you can predict his attack. This is another way to break the flash time skill. There are two ways to crack the flash time skill. One is to rely on tyrannical strength to see through it directly. Another way is to predict how Hit will attack after using the flash time kung fu, and prepare a response in advance. In the original work, Son Goku used the second method. He took advantage of Vegeta and Hit's fight to observe Hit's attack method. So when he was fighting Hit, he predicted how Hit would attack after using the flash kung fu, cracked Hit's flash kung fu, and suppressed Hit. If Hit hadn't evolved his time flash kung fu, Son Goku might have actually won. It's just that this time Son Goku was the first to deal with Hit. He was unable to observe Hit's attack style and was defeated. Then I need to take a closer look at Hit's attack method. After hearing Subai's words, Son Goku looked at the table very seriously. He was defeated by Hit in this way, and he was a little unwilling, so he wanted to observe the opponent's attack method, and then find a way to break Hit's flash power. Son Gohan and Vegeta on the side were also watching very seriously, and wanted to understand Hit's attack patterns. Son Gohan did it out of curiosity, while Vegeta did it because he didn't want to lose to Son Goku. If the opponent knows Hit's attack pattern, he can break Hit's flash technique, but he can't. Wouldn't that make me embarrassed? Lost to Son Gohan and Broly, he admitted it. But he doesn't want to lose to this guy Kakarot, in the arena. No matter how Hit uses the flash kung fu to attack Broly, he can be easily blocked by the opponent. Broly, he has completely seen through his attack. It's a bit difficult to handle now. Hit stepped back some distance and looked at Broly with a solemn expression. How should he deal with Broly when the flash time effect fails? Hey, Hit. What's wrong with you? Why haven't you defeated the last contestant of Universe 7 yet? Champa didn't see Hit's troubles, he only knew that Hit had not defeated the enemy yet. Originally, according to his idea, Hit could easily defeat Broly and regain the victory. But why haven't you won yet? Moreover, why were all his attacks blocked? Could it be that Hit let it slip? Master Champa, the last contestant of the 7th universe is too strong. I don't think Mr. Hit can defeat him for a while, Gabe said. Although Hit is the strongest killer in their 6th universe. But Broly, the last player in Universe 7, is a mutated Saiyan like Kyle, and is stronger than Kyle, and even controls his own power. It is normal for Hit to be unable to defeat such a difficult opponent quickly. If it weren't for seeing Champa in a bad mood at this time. Gabe even wanted to say that even if Hit loses the game in the end, it is not impossible. No wonder that Guy Subai will consider this Broly as the last contestant. Champa's mood at this time was no longer as good as before. Because he also discovered that things didn't seem to develop as he thought. Shi Chichi said that it was easy to defeat the opponent, and it would be good not to be defeated. Could it be that Hit was really going to lose? If Hit really loses, then the victory in this round of competition belongs to the 7th universe. Then the 7th universe won 2 rounds of competitions and won the final victory directly, without even needing an extra game. No, he can't lose to Subai again. Hit, fight with all your strength. You must win back the victory. In a competition between strong men, Champa can't help much, so he can only put pressure on Hit. In the ring, Hit heard Champa's words, but ignored him. He also wants to win, but the problem is that it's a bit difficult. Isn't it making things difficult for him by asking him to win? He can only fight with all his strength. As for whether he can win in the end, he can only leave it to fate. At this time, Brawley, who had been resisting Hit's attacks, finally started to take the initiative to attack. At this time, he had transformed into a super form, with a tall and strong body, even taller and stronger than Kair. His size alone is already very oppressive, so when Brawley rushed over, Hit suddenly felt a strong sense of oppression coming towards him. Hit had no intention of resisting Brawley's attack, so he quickly used his time dodge technique to dodge. However, after Brawley missed the first attack, he immediately launched the next attack. The location of the attack is exactly where Hit appeared after using the Flash Time Kung Fu. After the Flash Kung Fu was seen through, whether Hit used the Flash Kung Fu to attack or dodge, it was useless. No matter where he goes with his Flash Kung Fu, Brawley's attacks will quickly follow. Facing Brawley with constant attacks, even Hit would make mistakes. He would have no time to dodge using his dodge technique, so he could only cross his hands in front of him and block Brawley's fist. Hit was directly punched away by Brawley, and he stopped after gliding a certain distance. Hit put down his hands, which were trembling slightly. Brawley's fists are not that easy to resist, if it weren't for the fact that in addition to the flash time skill, his own strength is also very good. His hands were directly interrupted by Brawley. Next, Hit kept using the dodge technique to dodge and attack. Although it was useless, he couldn't think of any other way. He is looking for Brawley's weaknesses. He believes that even Brawley will definitely have weaknesses. As long as he finds Brawley's weakness, he will keep attacking it. You can always hit it. Only by finding Brawley's weaknesses can you have a chance of winning. Otherwise, his defeat is only a matter of time, but soon, Hit discovered something serious, Li Jiao. That's when he discovered that no matter how he searched, he couldn't find any weakness in Brawley. Even if Brawley is just standing there like this, there's no flaw in his body. Want to find Brawley's weakness? If Saiyan has any weaknesses, they won't be so invincible. Su Bai saw Hit's thoughts and couldn't help but smile. Want to find Brawley's weakness? If Saiyan had any weaknesses, it wouldn't be called a bug. Strength, defense, speed, and all attributes are at their peak. Physically, there is no weakness. Even those vital parts are no longer so vital under the protection of their strong bodies. Of course, if you are looking for weaknesses outside of your body, there are still some. For example, Kel's weakness is her sister Caulifla. Brawley's weakness is his father, Paragus. However, now Paragus is dead and the ring around his neck used to control Brawley is gone. It can be said that Brawley has no weaknesses now. He is now even more powerful than Saiyan, the superpasser of Kair. Strength, speed, defense, all attributes are at their peak. Super soldier. Therefore, it is simply impossible for Hit to find Brawley's weakness. If you want to defeat Brawley, you can only rely on absolute strength to defeat him head-on. Of course, it's impossible with Hit's strength. Even if his flash time skill was improved, he still wouldn't be able to do it. After all, the improvement in flash time skill only increases the length of his jump time. It's not like improving all aspects of his attributes. Where does his own strength lie? Even if Brawley couldn't see through his time-drifting skills, there was nothing he could do against Brawley. Chapter 79. With murderous intent, this is the real killer Hit. Mr. Hit, he tried his best. 6th universe player seat, after seeing that Hit had nothing to do with Brawley, but Brawley could bring a lot of damage to Hit. Gabe couldn't believe it, but he had to accept it. Hit is in the 6th universe, and he is a legend among legends. He has many fans. Gabe is one of them, so he didn't expect that Hit, the legendary strongest killer in the 6th universe, would actually be helpless against a person. He was even suppressed. But no matter how much he didn't believe it, the facts had already happened before his eyes, and he had to believe it. Mr. Hit, there is really nothing we can do. Damn it, why is there such a powerful existence in the 7th universe? Why are the Saiyans of our 6th universe so weak despite the same type of Saiyans? Champa said while looking at Kair. Everyone is also a Chuan Chao Saiyan. Why is their universe's Chuan Chao Saiyan so weak? He was actually defeated by an ordinary Saiyan from Universe 7. Saiyan, the legendary super from the 7th universe, is so powerful that he can suppress Hit, the strongest killer from the 6th universe. If Su Bai knew what Champa was thinking, he would definitely laugh at his ignorance. Is Son Gohan an ordinary Saiyan? His bloodline is just that of an ordinary Saiyan, not a Super Saiyan like Brawley. But he is anything but ordinary. When he grows up, even if he is not as good as Brawley, he will not be too different. It's not surprising at all to be able to defeat Saiyan, the superpasser of Kair. Really speaking, ordinary Saiyans, Gabe, Caulifla, Son Goku and Vegeta, and even Trunks, they are ordinary Saiyans. Ordinary Saiyan bloodline, talent is not particularly strong. Of course, hard work can make up for weakness, and even an ordinary Saiyan won't be much worse as long as he practices hard. But if Son Gohan, the most talented Saiyan, also works hard to practice, how can these ordinary Saiyans deal with it? There was silence in the 6th universe contestants table, with only Champa's unhappy voice echoing. At this time, Champa was very angry, and others did not dare to touch his bad luck. Even the female Imp Khalifa rarely calmed down, although they don't want to lose the competition. But there is nothing we can do. Who makes 7th universe player 723 so powerful? It is too difficult for them to win against such a powerful opponent. It can even be said that it is simply impossible to do. At this time, after being hit by Broly again, Hit fell to the ground. After suffering several attacks from Broly, Hit felt like his body was about to fall apart. He could no longer withstand several Broly attacks. However, there was no panic or uneasy expression on Hit's face. His expression was very calm. I originally thought that my strength had reached its end. But after meeting you, I discovered that I can be just like you Amerasians. I can grow like you Saiyan. As Hit said this, he stood up and looked at Broly with a calm expression. At this time, his expression was no longer as solemn as before. Because just now, he broke through his shackles and grew. Broly's attack nearly shattered his body, but because of this, I broke the shackles that had always trapped me. Broly couldn't understand what Hit was saying, so he continued to attack, wanting to end the battle and give Su-Bai the victory. Facing Broly's attack this time, Hit used the Flash Time Kung Fu again. But the difference is that this time, after Hit used the Flash Time Kung Fu, Broly did not catch up immediately. Instead, he looked around, as if searching for Hit's whereabouts. At this time, Hit came behind Broly and attacked Broly again after a long absence. And this time, his attack finally hit. What, Uncle Broly was actually hit? Why is that? Obviously Hit's previous attacks have missed. Seeing this scene, Son Gohan was surprised. It was obvious that all Hit's previous attacks had been blocked by Broly. But why not this time? Gohan, that's not all. Son Goku on the side also spoke. When Hit used the time drift technique to dodge Broly's attack, Broly did not immediately catch up and continue attacking like before. Instead, just like me before, Broly lost track of Hit. In other words, Hit's time blinking technique worked on Broly. But why? Son Goku also couldn't understand why the situation suddenly changed so much. Is it because Broly's physical strength is insufficient that he can't see through Hit's Flash Kung Fu? Impossible. In terms of physical strength, Hit's physical strength must be even more insufficient than Broly's. And with Broly's strength, his physical strength is still very abundant and there is no shortage at all. But why is this? Why does Hit's flash technique have an effect on Broly? It's simple. At this time, Su-Bai spoke, immediately attracting the attention of Son Goku and others. Because Hit's flash time skill has grown. Previously, his time blinking skill could only jump a fraction of a second. And now, his flash time skill can jump time by 0.2 seconds. Even though it only increased by 0.1 seconds, for a strong person, there are too many things that can be done in 0.1 seconds. For Hit, adding an extra tenth of a second to his flash time power would mean he could do more. It's not that easy to see through his flash time skill again. In the original work, after Hit's flash time Kung Fu was cracked by Son Goku, he was once suppressed by Son Goku. But he has grown since then. The current situation is the same as the original situation. Hit was completely suppressed by Broly. Under this suppression, Hit began to grow. I have to say that Hit is indeed a genius. Being able to grow while being suppressed in battle is Wei Kai's privilege. Of course, if Su-Bai wanted to, he could prevent Hit from such growth. As long as he ordered Broly before, he would explode with all his strength as soon as he came up. Hit simply couldn't hold on for so long and was eliminated long ago. Naturally, there is no chance to grow, but Su-Bai didn't do that. On the one hand, it was because he learned the universe creation method from Hit, which was considered a reward from him. He is a person who knows how to be grateful and repay kindness. There is no way, his character is so good. On the other hand, it is also the most important point. That's the aspect of Hit's growth, his flash skills. Although his flash time skill can also improve his strength after he grows up. But this kind of improvement is different from the normal improvement of strength. Generally speaking, when you improve your strength, you improve all aspects of your attributes. For example, strength, speed, defense, reaction ability, etc. In other words, what is improved is combat effectiveness. This is the most intuitive way. That's why Su-Bai didn't let Vegeta and the others teach Saiyan from Universe 6 how to become Super Saiyan during the competition. Because transforming into Super Saiyan is the most direct way to improve your strength. But Hit's Flash Kung Fu is different. His flash time skill has grown, which can indeed improve his strength. But this way of improving his strength allows him to jump longer. It did not improve his combat effectiveness. In other words, Hit's flash skill has grown, but his strength, speed, defense, etc. have not improved. His combat effectiveness has not improved. How strong the previous attack was, how strong the attack will still be after the time drifting skill is improved. It's nothing more than making the opponent who originally saw through his flash time skills become unable to see through it. Of course, this is of great help in combat, Kabje. For example, Brawly originally saw through his time flash kung fu, but now he can't. In this way, Hit can attack Brawly. However, because his attributes in all aspects have not been improved, his previous attack fell on Brawly and did not cause much damage to Brawly. That's the same now, it's just that he couldn't attack Brawly before, but now he can. This kind of improvement will be weaker than the improvement of one's own strength. This is also the reason why Su Bai did not let Brawly end the fight immediately. In addition to giving Hit a reward, Hit's flash skill has also grown, which has improved Hit's strength. But his own attributes in various aspects have not been improved. The attack power was 100 before, but it is still 100 after the flash time skill is improved. Therefore, this kind of improvement is within Su Bai's acceptance range. If Hit's flash skill is improved, his attributes in all aspects will also be improved along with it. Then he would have to think about whether he should give Hit this reward. Of course, although the growth of flash time skill will not directly improve Hit's attributes. But it also improved his strength. So all his attacks were blocked by Brawly before, but now, his attacks can fall on Brawly. However, it is also because the attributes have not been improved. Therefore, even if Hit's attack fell on Brawly before, it would not cause any harm to Brawly. Well, it's the same now, although he can finally fight Brawly. But even if it hits Brawly's vital parts, it doesn't cause much damage due to Brawly's powerful defense. Hit continued to attack Brawly with his enhanced flash time kung fu, and his attacks kept falling on Brawly. But Brawly, although not without injuries, the injuries he suffered did not have any impact on him. Commonly known as scraping. It's such a hard body, my attacks can't cause much damage to him at all. If that's the case, then I can take action with all my strength. Don't worry about my killing move killing your opponent. After seeing that his current attack could not cause any harm to Brawly, Hit also decided to take action. His previous attacks had always been reserved because the rules did not allow him to kill his opponent, and what he was best at was various killing moves. But facing Brawly, Hit knew that he could take action at will. Even if his killing move hits Brawly with all its strength, it won't kill Brawly. At most, it will only hurt him a little. After deciding to use your true strength, Hit's entire aura change. There is murderous intent in the aura he exudes, murderous aura enveloped the entire arena, and even when on the arena. The temperature is much lower. If someone with insufficient strength were to go in, he would be trembling all over and would not even have the courage to take action. Murderous rage. At this time, Hit is his true self, the legendary killer of the 6th universe, the strongest killer. Hit, I'm planning to go all out. Feeling the murderous aura emanating from Hit's body, Su Bai knew that Hit was planning not to hold back and take action as much as he wanted. In fact, in the original work, whether it is in a fighting conference or a power conference, except when dealing with Jiren, Hit might have used all his strength. Other times, he never took action with all his strength. Even though he fought so fiercely with Son Goku in the fighting competition, he even fell into a disadvantage because his flash time skill was cracked by Son Goku. He needed to improve his flash time skill to gain the upper hand. But in fact, Hit has never given full strength to the people. Even if he doesn't improve his flash kung fu, he can still defeat Son Goku. It's not that he doesn't want to take action, but the rules restrict him from taking action. Whether it is a fighting tournament or a strength tournament, there is such a rule. You are not allowed to kill your opponent, otherwise you will be eliminated. This restriction may not matter to others, it just prevents them from taking more shots after defeating their opponent. The impact on their strength is actually not very big. But Hit was different. You know he is a killer. His strongest move is not the flash kung fu, but all kinds of killing moves. What matters is how to kill your opponent with one blow. As a result, the rules did not allow killing the opponent, which immediately restricted most of Hit's strength. In the anime, after the fighting tournament, Son Goku deliberately let Hit kill him in order to compete with Hit again. There were no rules this time, and Hit almost killed Son Goku with one move. If Son Goku hadn't left a backup plan in advance, he would have died. This is Hit's true strength without restrictions. And now, after knowing that he can't kill Brawly even if he tries his best, Hit has no worries anymore and can take action as much as he wants. His next attack will still attack Brawly's vital parts. But the power will be more powerful than the previous attack. This is not brought about by the improvement of flash time skills. It's that Hit himself has such a powerful power, but he didn't show it because of the restrictions of the previous rules. In the original work, Hit did not show his true strength, but his flash time skill grew, and it grew a lot. Directly increased from the original 0.1 second to 0.5 seconds. Now, Hit can take action without any worries, but in this case, his flash time skill will not continue to grow and will stay at 0.2 seconds. Of course, it is limited to the fact that it will not continue to grow during this battle. After the battle is over and he returns to the 6th universe, Hit will continue to grow through his own efforts. Chapter 80 Fusion Saiyan Bloodline. I can finally transform. Hit said before that he never thought he could grow up like Saiyan. This is because his previous strength improvement has reached its limit. This made Hit mistakenly believe that his strength could no longer be improved and that he could no longer grow. In fact, it's not that Hit's strength can't really be improved, it's not that he really can't grow. But because, as the strongest killer in the 6th universe and the strongest person in the 6th universe, he has put a layer of shackles on himself. After experiencing the feeling of being overwhelmed at a high place, Hit found that no one in the 6th universe was his opponent, and no one, no matter how strong, could block his move. In this case, he will also lose the motivation to continue to grow. Over time, a layer of shackles was formed to imprison him, making him think that he could no longer improve. But this layer of shackles was broken during the battle with Brawley. The appearance of Brawley allowed Hit to see the top powerhouses in other universes and let him know that his own strength was not strong enough. Therefore, after the shackles were broken, growth was achieved over time. This is why in many works, there will be an invincible person who begins to cultivate his own opponents. On the one hand, it is because they are too lonely after becoming invincible. On the other hand, because no one is their opponent, they have no pressure at all and have stopped growing. If an opponent can appear that can compete with them, then they can continue to grow and become stronger. Moreover, this growth is continuous. In the original work, Hit has grown to the point where he can flash time for 0.5 seconds during the battle with Son Goku. And he continued to grow after returning, so he used new moves in the Tournament of Power, trapping Jiren in the parallel space he created. This move was brought about by his growth. But now, Hit is preparing to take action with all his strength, so his growth will temporarily stop. But that doesn't mean it will always stop. After he goes back, he will still grow, his flash time skills will still continue to grow, and he will also create new moves just like he did in the main time and space. As for why Hit's growth will temporarily stop after he prepares to go all out. The reason is very simple, because after Hit's full attack, it is already difficult for Brawley to compete with him. So next, Brawley will become Super Saiyan. In front of Brawley who has transformed into Super Saiyan, even if Hit attacks with all his strength, he is no match for him. He will even be beaten easily by Brawley. Of course, if Brawley had held back and not eliminated Hit immediately, but defeated Hit again and again. Heat will continue to grow. Because Hit in the main time and space was suppressed by Son Goku again and again, allowing him to grow again and again. But the problem is, Bai has no intention of letting Brawley continue playing. Brawley, end this battle. Su Bai said to Brawley. Now that Hit is ready to take action with all his strength. In order to respond to his will, it was time for Brawley to give him a little shock. What a shock. That is, when Super Saiyan transforms into Super Saiyan in Super Saiyan mode, how many zones will there be? Okay. Brawley nodded, looking at Hit on the opposite side who had reached the peak of his state, and began to increase his momentum. Hit also heard what Su Bai said. A chill ran through his heart as he thought of a terrible possibility. The next moment, the terrible possibility in his mind became a reality. Aha! Brawley roared, and an aura that was countless times more powerful than before suddenly erupted from him. This powerful aura even made Hit a little unsteady, and he could only try his best to resist the extremely powerful aura exuded by Brawley. It turns out that you haven't used your full strength before. At this time, Hit's expression, which originally had a calm expression, finally changed again. He showed an expression of helplessness that he had not shown for a long time. When he felt the aura from Brawley, he knew that this battle was over. Even if he is ready to use all his strength and use all his killing moves to deal with Brawley, there is no point in doing so. Because at this time Brawley is far more powerful than him. This kind of power can no longer be made up for by relying on some killing moves. It can be said that even if Brawley stands still and lets him use his killing moves to attack his vital parts, it will be fine. Because, he couldn't even break Brawley's defense. Although he hasn't taken action yet, Hit believes that even if he uses his killing move with all his strength, he won't be able to hurt Brawley at all. I didn't expect that there are such powerful existences in other universes. This time, he really saw it. At this time, Brawley has completed his transformation. Although it is just a Super Saiyan transformation, the aura exuding from him at this time is many times stronger than the aura of Son Gohan and Kair before. Kyle, if you can also learn Saiyan's transformation, then you can become as strong as Brawley. Caulifla patted Kair's shoulder, her eyes full of her expectations for Kair. Brawley's power is completely beyond her imagination. This kind of power is something that even she, who is very confident in herself, doesn't know if she can achieve in this life. But she believes that Kel can achieve it. Kair is the same Saiyan as Brawley, although his current strength is not as strong as Brawley. But as long as she grows up, I believe she will be no worse than Brawley. When the time comes to learn Saiyan's transformation, the power that Brawley can achieve will definitely be achieved by Kair. This Su Bai actually found such a monster. There are actually such powerful humans in the 7th universe. Even Champa, the gods of destruction, was surprised by Brawley's power. This can be said to be the strongest human being he has ever seen. Even Hit is completely incomparable to the other party. Why does the 7th universe have such powerful humans? Why are all the benefits taken up by the 7th universe? The 7th universe has gods of destruction who are good at cooking, and there are such powerful humans. Champa suddenly felt that his 6th universe was so rubbish. The 7th universe is much more interesting than the 6th universe. Vados looked at Brawley on the ring, and then at Subai on the 7th universe player bench, and couldn't help blinking, as if he was thinking about something. Brawley is really too strong. Seeing Brawley transforming into Super Saiyan, Son Goku said with emotion. Every time Brawley transformed into Super Saiyan before, he would sigh with emotion. There is no way, Brawley is too powerful. Just transforming into Super Saiyan is so powerful, much more powerful than the Super Blue transformation they mastered. What if Brawley also masters the transformation of God? How powerful will he be? I wonder how powerful Brawley will be if he masters the transformation of God. Son Goku really wants to see what Brawley looks like after mastering the transformation of God. This may be a style that he will never be able to achieve in his life, but he still wants to experience it. Even Vegeta on the side couldn't help but tremble after thinking about Brawley's mastery of the divine transformation. Needless to say, if Brawley masters the transformation of God, the strength is definitely beyond their imagination. It's even possible to reach the level of gods of destruction. After hearing what Son Goku said, Subai was also thinking about Brawley mastering the transformation of God. He didn't let Brawley master the divine transformation now. But it certainly will be in the future. With Brawley being such a powerful fighter, it is of course impossible for him to just master the ordinary Saiyan transformation. And he also knew that Brawley, who had mastered the transformation of God, was absolutely terrifying in strength. Gods of destruction level should be attainable. Even if Brawley masters a stronger god transformation, his strength will not be weak even among gods of destruction. By then, Brawley will truly be the strongest human being in the 12 universes. Even if Son Goku masters perfect freedom, Vegeta masters self-easy, and Frieza turns into Black Gold Frieza, they will not be his opponent. And this day will not be far away. Because he planned to wait until this competition was over, and after Brawley mastered the Super 2 and Super 4 transformations first, he would let him train for the God transformation. The reason why he was not allowed to undergo the training of divine transformation before was because he was worried that he might not be able to suppress Brawley. But now, after completing the mission, he will be able to obtain the Saiyan bloodline, and his strength will be greatly improved. Even if Brawley masters the divine transformation, he will never be his opponent. Therefore, there is no need to limit Brawley. At this time, on the ring, looking at Brawley who had already transformed, Hit did not give up even though his expression was very helpless. The killer will not give up so easily, not to mention that he is not really performing a mission now. Zero, please give me flowers. He had to give it a try anyway. What if there was a chance of survival? Hit used the Flash Kung Fu to attack Brawley's vital parts. In this attack, Hit could be said to have risked his life. He basically used all his energy to suck Brawley, just to cause a little damage to Brawley. As long as he can cause a little bit of damage, then he has a glimmer of hope to win. However, Hit had good expectations, but expectations were just expectations after all. It turned out that Brawley could no longer see through Hit's Flash Time skill. But after becoming Super Saiyan, Hit's Flash Kung Fu lost its meaning again in front of him. And not to mention the 0.2 second Flash Time skill, even the 0.5 second Flash Time skill is of no use to Brawley. Because Subai had already spoken just now, asking him to end the battle. So Brawley used a little more force and punched to the side. The next moment, Hit's figure appeared in this position and was hit by Brawley's attack. To onlookers, it looked like Hit had hit it himself. But in fact, it was because Brawley saw through Hit's flashing skills and knew where he would appear, so he attacked that location. Seeing Brawley's fist enlarged in front of him, Hit quickly put his hands in front of him to resist. However, don't say that Hit's defense has not been improved. Even if it improves, it can't stop Brawley's punch at all. Because Brawley's punch was aimed at ending the fight. 0. So the force used is a little bit greater. When Brawley's fist fell on Hit's hands, Hit only felt as if his hands were. The Buddha was hit by an extremely hard hammer. He could even hear the sound of his own bones breaking. Then, Hit couldn't control his body and was knocked out. He landed outside the ring and rolled several times before stopping. His hands were a little swollen at this time, and they were obviously broken. Hit's flashing skills have been improved, and he uses all his strength to unleash his ultimate move. He was instantly killed by Brawley with one punch. Hit, he has tried his best. Even Champa, who had always hoped that Hit could win, had to admit that Hit had really tried his best. Even his hands were broken and there was nothing he could do about not winning. It's not that Hit's strength is too weak, but that Brawley's strength is too strong. Although Champa must let Hit win, this is just talk. Although he likes to cheat and put pressure on his players. But it can also be seen that Hit really has no choice. If he really wants to win, it is not making things difficult for him, but asking him to do something is simply impossible. He is not such a cruel gods of destruction, so naturally he would not do such a thing. However, Hit lost the game, which means that the 7th universe will still win in the second round. Champa looked at the 7th universe contestant seat, and he seemed to be able to imagine Subai's extremely proud and happy expression. But when he saw Subai, he was surprised to find that Subai's expression was very calm, and there was no joy or excitement about winning at all. Hey, Subai, in this second round of competition, your 7th universe won, but you don't seem very happy. Champa asked very strangely. What's there to be happy about? Isn't it a matter of course? Subai replied casually and expressed his true thoughts. But his focus at this time is not on Champa, nor on winning. Congratulations on completing your mission. Get rewarded. 1 million points. The moment Brawley won, his mission was finally completed. His current points have exceeded 3 million. In other words, he can finally purchase the Saiyan bloodline in the exclusive mall. This is what Subai is most concerned about now. Without hesitation, Subai immediately chose to purchase the Saiyan bloodline and then perform fusion. Fusion Saiyan bloodline, Subai didn't have any special feelings, nor did she have any intentions. So except for Subai, no one else knew that Subai's bloodline at this time was already Saiyan's bloodline. Moreover, the fusion of Saiyan's bloodline did not improve Subai's strength. But that's not the point. The key is, now Subai can finally become Super Saiyan. Chapter 81. I took out the law of cause and effect gesture, and I dare to ask you how to respond. Long before Subai saw Trunks transform into Super 4, he had already penetrated the essence of Saiyan's transformation. Not only did he master all Saiyan transformations, but he also upgraded and mastered the Super 5 transformations. But because he does not have Saiyan blood, he cannot transform even if he masters all Saiyan transformations. This is equivalent to having the ability to flirt with girls, but since he is a girl, it is meaningless. But now, he has finally become a handsome guy, and his ability to seduce girls has finally been put to use. Subai can't wait to go back and try what he has gained in the competition this time. In addition to getting the Saiyan bloodline by completing the mission, you also got the universe creation method. It's time to get back to creating the universe. Now that the competition is over, let's go back first. Subai already wanted to leave. The competition was over, so there was no point in staying. Only, Subai, you can't go back yet. Champa came to Subai and stopped him from going back. From the looks of Champa, it seems that he is not very satisfied with the results of the comparison test and wants to cheat. Why? I won both games. There is no need to play an extra game. What else do you want to do? Although after fusing the Saiyan bloodline, Subai's strength has completely surpassed Champa. Defeating Champa is also easy. But that doesn't mean he has to accept Champa's lies. Subai guessed what Champa wanted to do. It was simply that he was unwilling to accept the result of the competition, so he wanted to compete again. And the content of this extra game is probably the battle between the two gods of destruction. After all, after losing to him, Champa, 270, was not convinced at all and wanted to fight him again. With Subai's current strength, he is no longer afraid of Champa. But that doesn't mean he has to fight Champa again. If it's beneficial, then so be it. But now, the mission has not been triggered, which means that there is no point in him fighting Champa. What's the point of doing such a wasted effort? I want to compete with you again. This time, it's a competition between our two gods of destruction. Sure enough, Subai was right. Champa wants to compete with Subai again. He was indeed very dissatisfied and unwilling to accept the result of this competition. But there is nothing we can do. After all, after 2 rounds of competition, 7th universe can be said to have won by crushing force. He couldn't help it if he wanted to cheat. But seeing Subai win again, he was very unwilling. Moreover, Subai said before that there is nothing to be happy about winning, and this is a matter of course. This arrogant attitude really made him unhappy. He really couldn't swallow this breath of not coming to compete with Subai again. Moreover, he will fight Subai again this time. The last time he underestimated his opponent, that's why he lost to Subai. But this time, he won't. He didn't believe that if he didn't underestimate his opponent, Subai would still be his opponent. No, I never said before that there would be an extra match. Subai was too lazy to compete with Champa and wanted to leave. But Champa kept stopping him and wouldn't let him leave. If you don't compete with me, I won't let you go. Seeing Champa's dishonest look, Subai was also unhappy. As a gods of destruction, I really don't look like a gods of destruction at all. If you say cheating, then cheat. Universe 6's face was really humiliated by him. Even the players in Universe 6 don't watch their own gods of destruction. Because it's so embarrassing. As for Vados, Champa was a little helpless when he saw the cheating. The idea that had appeared before became more determined in my heart. You won't let me leave until I compete with you, right? That's right. Then I will compete with you again. But after this, don't bother me again. Subai knew that it would be impossible not to compete with Champa. Although he can also leave by force, Champa will always follow him and annoy him. It would be better to just defeat Champa once and for all. Moreover, he also hoped that Champa would not bother him again in the future. Originally, he wanted to collect tasks and points on Champa. But now that Champa is acting like this, no tasks have been posted in the chat group. It is very possible that no tasks can be triggered from Champa. In this case, it's better not to let Champa bother him again. Fortunately, Beerus could tolerate Champa for so long before. They are indeed brothers. This also shows how much Beerus dotes on his brother Champa. Okay, no matter who wins this time, I will never bother you again. Seeing that Subai agreed to compete, Champa said very excitedly. As for saying it doesn't matter who wins, this battle will definitely be his victory. Now that he has won, there is no need to look for Subai again in the future. What if Subai wins? There is no such possibility. Subai was able to win before because he underestimated the enemy. He was defeated before he even showed his strength. If they really want to fight, Subai will definitely not be his opponent. Champa is still very confident in his own strength. If he faced other veteran gods of destruction, he would definitely not have confidence. Who makes him the weakest of the veteran gods of destruction? But compared with Subai, the new gods of destruction, he is still confident. He is a veteran gods of destruction. How could he lose to Subai, a new gods of destruction? This is simply impossible. As long as he is serious, Subai will never be his opponent. Champa was very excited, as if he could already see Subai losing to him. Subai, on the other hand, looked indifferent, not at all panicking about fighting Champa, the veteran gods of destruction. If it were before, facing Champa who became serious, it would be really difficult for him to deal with him. Champa was right about one thing. That is, if it wasn't because he underestimated the enemy that time before, then it would be really difficult for him to defeat him, and it could even be said that he couldn't do it. As for now, it would not be easy for him to defeat Champa without transforming. Although he has god-level breathing techniques, the time is too short after all. From the time he defeated Champa to now, it has only been a month at most. In the past month, Yinbai's strength has indeed improved a lot. But it's not to the point where Champa can be defeated easily. It is estimated that he can fight Champa head-on without losing. When he defeated Champa before, although there was not much difference in strength between him and Champa, in fact there was still a slight gap. In the past month, I have just made up for this gap. But the problem is, he has completed his mission now, Fusion Blind Demi-Human Bloodline. He can now transform like Son Goku and Broly. Once he transforms, his strength will increase dramatically. Champa, there is no way he can be his opponent. He doesn't even need to transform into Super 5. This would give Champa too much face, and Champa doesn't deserve it. With just the simplest super transformation, Champa can be pressed to the ground and rubbed. Subai is also looking forward to it, not knowing what it will be like to become Super Saiyan. Wow, Lord Subai actually wants to fight Lord Gods of Destruction from the 6th universe. Son Goku was very excited to learn that Subai was going to fight Champa. You must know that this is a battle between two gods of destruction. It must be very exciting. Even Son Gohan and Vegeta are looking forward to it. This kind of battle between two gods of destruction is not something you can see all the time. The players from Universe 6 were also very excited, and even Hit's expression changed a bit. As the strongest killer and the strongest person in the 6th universe, he refers to the human beings in the 6th universe. But he didn't include the gods of destruction. Because he knows that he will definitely not be the opponent of gods of destruction. But he doesn't know how powerful gods of destruction is. Now, he can finally see it. The battle between two gods of destruction. Maybe this is the first time he has seen it, and it will also be the last time he has seen it. Hey, Subai, let's get started. As for the rules of the competition between us, just follow the previous rules. Champa came to the ring and said to Subai. He wants to fight Subai in the ring. Whoever falls out of the ring first loses. Subai shrugged and had no objection to Champa's proposal. Anyway, I can win no matter what, so just do whatever Champa loves. Subai, I won't underestimate my enemy this time. Champa said, starting to increase his strength. A layer of purple aura began to emerge and enveloped Champa, forming a strange fluctuation. This is the destructive power of Champa. That time before, Champa was defeated by Subai before he could even use his own power. 0. So this time he also learned his lesson and immediately showed his strength before the battle started. In this way, what happened last time will not happen. Even if Subai suddenly attacks him, he can still react. I say, you'd better use all your strength. In case you lose, you will have to lie again, saying that you haven't shown your full strength, and then challenge me again. Champa's worries are unnecessary. Subai would suddenly take action before just to catch Champa by surprise. Because he didn't have the confidence to defeat Champa head-on. But this time was different. He wished that Champa could use his full strength. In this way, Champa will not cheat after losing, and there will be no reason to cheat. Otherwise, when the time comes, Champa will use the excuse that he didn't use his full strength, so the battle is not considered as an excuse, and ask him for another fight. That would be annoying. Subai, are you sure? Are you sure you want me to use my full strength? I'm sure you should try your best so that you won't have any excuses after losing. If that's the case, then I'll let you see my full strength. Originally, Champa wanted to be more merciful. But since Su Bai asked for it himself, he's not welcome. Champa increased his strength again, and the aura around him became more intense. An extremely powerful aura also spreads outward. If it weren't for Whis and Vados who had already opened the barrier, Champa and Su Bai were placed within the barrier they set up. Whenever the breath of Champa spreads, going out would be a catastrophe for both universes. Even just the breath of gods of destruction can bring huge disasters and even destruction to the universe. No matter how weak Champa is, he is still a veteran gods of destruction level strongman. Although they couldn't feel Champa's aura, the two universe players couldn't help but tremble just by looking at Champa's appearance. Is this the strength of gods of destruction? Vegeta trembled and said in disbelief. He knew that gods of destruction was very powerful, but he didn't expect it to be so powerful. Just seeing Champa's appearance at this time, without even feeling the other person's breath, can make him tremble. If the opponent's aura spreads out, wouldn't it be possible to kill him instantly? No wonder why his father was so afraid of the 7th universe's new gods of destruction Beerus. Even more scared than Frieza. Who is Frieza compared to gods of destruction? Master Su Bai asked Master Champa to use his full strength. Could it be that his strength has been greatly improved? Vados looked at Whis aside and asked. You must know that Su Bai still needed to take advantage of Champa to underestimate the enemy in order to defeat Champa. But now, he can directly ask Champa to use his full strength. If he didn't want to beat 5.9, then there was only one possibility. That is his strength, which has improved tremendously during this period of time. I don't know about this, but with Master Su Bai's talent, even if his strength is greatly improved, it is not impossible. Whis shook his head. Ever since Su Bai became the gods of destruction, he no longer paid attention to the opponent's strength. Otherwise, he wouldn't be so surprised when Su Bai beat up Champa. So he doesn't know how strong Su Bai is now. But with Su Bai's talent, even if he becomes stronger, he will not be surprised. Only by personally teaching Su Bai can you know how terrifying Su Bai's talent is. Su Bai seems to be just like other gods of destruction, but he always maintains a perfect ultra instinct state. Su Bai, you can rest assured that I won't beat you too badly. After giving his best, Champa can be said to be full of confidence. He had never thought about why Su Bai asked him to use his full strength. If that's the case, then I should be a little more serious. Su Bai said, planning to undergo his first Saiyan transformation. But at this moment, something suddenly rang in Su Bai's mind. Wait a minute, it seems I can win without transforming. Su Bai didn't take Champa seriously before because he could already transform into Saiyan. But he suddenly thought of something, that is, he could win even without transforming. He had mastered a gesture of the law of cause and effect before. Point out that so-and-so is deflated. He hasn't used it since he mastered it. And now, isn't Champa a good experimental subject? Chapter 82. Causal gesture, activated. The law of cause and effect gesture refers to someone being defeated. This move ignores the opponent's strength and has an effect no matter how strong the opponent is. However, it will become less and less obvious as the strength gap between the two parties becomes larger. However, if the opponent is similar in strength to yourself, or is weaker than yourself, the effect of this move can be said to be full. With Su Bai's current strength, even if he doesn't transform, he is already almost as strong as Champa. There is no difference in strength between the two. That is to say, once Su Bai uses the cause and effect gesture of pointing out that so-and-so is defeated, the effect on Champa will be obvious. In this way, Su Bai level can defeat Champa without transforming. You can try Saiyan's transformation after you go back. But the causal gesture of pointing out someone's fault cannot be tried at any time. This guy Champa happens to be a very good experimental subject. Saiyan's transformation can be tried after returning, so there is no need to rush to use transformation to deal with Champa. But the gesture of pointing out the cause and effect of someone's failure is different. After returning, there will be no suitable experimental subjects. Is it possible to use it on Son Goku, Broly and the others? Or should I use it on Whis? You can't use it on yourself. None of these people are suitable. And Champa is a very suitable experimental subject. So Su Bai decided not to transform, but to use the law of cause and effect gestures to deal with Champa. Moreover, he also thought of a fun thing. Su Bai, why are you still standing there? Don't say I won't give you a chance, just show your full strength. After giving his best, Champa can be said to be full of confidence. Give Su Bai a chance to show his full strength. Regarding Champa's confidence, Su Bai decided to respond well to him. He waved his right hand, and the next moment, an extremely handsome cannon-shaped weapon appeared in his right hand. This is the weapon shape that appeared in the science fiction movie Su Bai watched. And now, he used his magic machine to create 20. This move of Shenji Bai Chong can turn energy into anything. Turning it into a weapon is really a piece of cake. Su Bai held the weapon in his right hand and pointed it at Champa, intending to use this weapon to deal with Champa. This was the fun thing he had thought of before. After learning how to change his mind, he no longer needs to fight in traditional ways. You can definitely use some more interesting fighting methods. For example, blast Champa with this weapon. Seeing Su Bai's muzzle pointed at him, Champa was also a little confused. It wasn't that he was afraid, but it was the first time he encountered this kind of attack. In the past, battles were either fist-to-flesh melee combat, or energy exchanges. But this is the first time to use weapons. It's not like that guy from Moscow, hiding in a mecha. When did Su Bai learn to use weapons? And he is sure that the weapon is useful to him. Weapons are no different from toys to gods of destruction. When did Master Su Bai learn to use weapons? Even Whis has a curious look on his face. He has taught Su Bai for so long, but this is the first time he has seen Su Bai use weapons. And it's this kind of hot weapon. The key is that the weapons in Su Bai's hands are not real weapons, but made with energy. When did Su Bai master this ability? Is this a monster-level talent? Mastering new abilities is as easy as eating and drinking. Master Su Bai, do you want to bombard Master Champa? Interesting, this is the first time I have seen such a scene. Vados on the side also watched this scene with interest. She has lived for so long and has seen many scenes. Even the scene of Champa being beaten was seen more than once. But this was the first time I saw someone bombarding Champa. This really made her gain knowledge. Of course, Champa didn't know the seriousness of the problem at this time. He burst out laughing when he saw Su Bai planning to bombard him with a cannon. Ha 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 ha, Su Bai, don't you think using this kind of toy will be useful to me? Why? I've given you a chance, but you don't cherish it, so don't blame me for being rude. In Champa's view, he has given Su Bai a chance to give his best. But this is because Su Bai didn't give his best, so if he loses, he can't be blamed. You don't want to lose and say that you didn't give your best, so you want to have another round with me. Champa returned what Su Bai just said to him. This is something you would do. Su Bai said something, and then hooked his fingers at Champa, signaling the opponent to attack. It can be said to be provocative. If that's the case, then I won't be polite. Su Bai's gesture made Champa unhappy. He didn't expect that Su Bai would dare to be so arrogant. He needs to teach this arrogant guy a lesson. Champa quickly rushed towards Su Bai, intending to beat Su Bai up and avenge himself. But the next moment, he saw that Su Bai did not fire at him, but pointed at him with a finger. Champa doesn't care. What powerful attack can Su Bai perform without exerting all his strength? It's okay even if he doesn't dodge. But what Champa didn't expect was that Su Bai's move would be useless even if he dodged it. Because the moment Su Bai pointed at him, the gesture took effect. The next moment, the law of cause and effect kicks in. Oh, Champa suddenly felt a terrible pain in his stomach, and his original momentum instantly dissipated. He covered his stomach and began to roll on the ring. Oh, is this Champa's weakness? Seeing Champa deflated, Su Bai was also very surprised. If you point out that someone will be defeated by this trick, whoever it hits will be defeated. But what will be eaten is not fixed, but random. It seems that Champa was so hungry that his stomach started to feel upset. And judging from the way Champa was rolling on the ground, he was probably in severe pain. There is no way, who can make his strength similar to Su Bai's. If you change it to angel like Whis, or Grand Priest and Zeno, then they will only feel a vague pain in their stomach, and almost nothing. But for Champa, it would be death. What's going on? Why did Mr. Champa suddenly hold his belly and start rolling? Seeing Champa's appearance at this time, Gabe and others from the 6th universe were very confused and didn't know what happened. Whis and Vados saw some tricks. It seems that Master Su Bai did something to Master Champa. They saw that it was after Su Bai pointed at Champa that Champa rolled over while holding his stomach. So, Su Bai must have done something to Champa. On the ring, Su Bai found it very interesting to see Champa rolling around holding his belly. He withdrew his gesture, and soon Champa recovered. Champa stood up and wiped the cold sweat from the pain. He didn't know what happened to him just now and why he had such a stomachache. But soon, he saw Su Bai's finger pointing at him again. Then the next moment, the pain that finally disappeared appeared again. Su Bai. Champa only had time to say these 2 words, and then he started to cover his stomach and began to fall to the ground. He now knows that the sudden pain in his stomach must be related to this guy Su Bai. It was caused by this guy Su Bai. But what he didn't understand was how did Su Bai do it? But at this time, he was no longer in the mood to think about this, because it was too painful. It seems that if the same person is hit by the G, the result will be the same. I just don't know if I use this trick on Champa in the future, he will still have stomach pain, or it will turn into other ways of being deflated. I don't know if it is fixed permanently or within a certain time range. The reason why Su Bai stopped and then used it just now was just for testing. He wanted to see who would be defeated by Champa again after finishing this time. Will Champa change after eating? It seems that there is no change now, just like the last time I ate. I just don't know, it's permanently fixed, and every time I use it on Champa, he gets a stomachache. Or maybe it's because the time interval between the 2 performances is too short, and it will be exhausted in other ways after a while. But after thinking about it, Su Bai still had no intention of continuing the experiment. Anyway, all you need to know is that the person pointed out by this move will be defeated. As for whether it will keep eating the same thing, or whether there will be changes, we will know this in the future. For example, when you see Champa next time, shoot him and you will know what the situation is. As for now, there is no need to waste time. Looking at Champa rolling on the ground, Subai did not release the law of causality gesture, but pointed the cannon at him. The human cannon is ready at the first level. Subai activated the weapon in his hand and the energy began to recharge. Of course, you fill it with your own energy. The human cannon is ready for level 2. Then, Subai aimed at Champa and locked the opponent. The human cannon, fire. Subai pressed the button, and the next moment, the energy condensed in the muzzle turned into a laser cannon and flew towards Champa. At this time, Champa was in very bad condition because of stomach pain. And all his attention was used to resist the pain in his stomach, and he didn't pay attention to Subai's attack at all. Therefore, Subai's attack easily landed on Champa, sending Champa flying away. Champa fell to the ground outside the ring and lost the battle. Of course, when seeing Champa fall on the ground, Subai kindly helped him cancel the law of cause and effect gesture. The pain in his stomach stopped, and Champa fell to the ground gasping for air. The stomachache just now and the pain from being bombarded by Subai made Champa extremely tortured. Originally, he wanted to take revenge by beating up Subai. Why was he being tortured now? And he also lost the battle. I won this battle. Subai came to Champa and said something, and then returned to Whis. Subai, you guy. Champa got up from the ground and wanted to say something. But after being glanced at by Subai, what he wanted to say was blocked. Champa couldn't help but shudder when he thought of the torture he had suffered just now that was worse than death. If possible, he didn't want to experience that feeling again. Although he didn't know how Subai did it, he was really afraid that Subai would do this to him again. Since I won, then as promised, you should not bother me again in the future. Otherwise, don't blame me for being rude, let you experience the feeling just now. Subai said, and 510 stretched out his finger, pointing in front of Champa threateningly. Champa was so frightened that he almost fell down. Seeing this scene, others can also imagine how much pain Champa suffered just now, which made him react like this. Okay Whis, let's go. Subai can't wait to go back, he still has things to do. However, Whis did not move, but looked towards the ring. Vados on the side also looked towards the ring, as if there was something on the ring. Seeing this scene, Subai also looked at the ring. The next moment he saw 3 figures appearing on the ring. 2 of the figures were tall and slender, like 2 pencils. Among them was a person with an oval-shaped head who looked like a cute child. Seeing this figure, Subai recognized it. Zeno, the supreme being in the Dragon Ball world. A single displeasure can erase the existence of the entire universe. Even though he looks cute, he is the most untouchable person in the Dragon Ball world. At this time, Champa also saw Zeno in the ring and was shocked. Zeno-sama. Champa quickly flew to the ring to salute, Vados followed behind him. And Subai also came to Zeno with Whis. This is the first time Subai has seen Zeno. If he didn't know how scary Zeno is. Just looking at the cute appearance of the other party, it is difficult to imagine that the other party is the most supreme existence that can erase the entire universe in an instant. Master Zeno, long time no see. Master Zeno, you are feeling well. Whis and Vados saluted Zeno, and they looked much more casual when facing Zeno. Not as fearful as Champa. No way, who let them have a grand priest daddy? As for Subai, he is not afraid of Zeno. He is just curious and doesn't know what Zeno is here for. Is it possible that it is the same as in the original work? In the original work, after the fighting competition between the 7th universe and the 6th universe, Zeno also appeared. This is to remind Beerus and Champa not to just think about having fun, but also to remember the work of gods of destruction. But after seeing the fighting tournament, I thought it was very interesting, so I wanted to hold a power tournament that all the universes could participate in. Is it possible that Zeno's current purpose is the same as that of him in the original novel? There should be some differences. After all, the original Zeno is the Zeno of the main time and space. And the current Zeno is the Zeno of future time and space. If he hadn't traveled through time and space by himself, Zeno in future time and space would have been taken to the main time and space by Son Goku in the future. Chapter 83 Vados. I want to follow Lord Subai. Sir Zeno, I didn't know why you came here. Champa raised his lowered head and looked at Zeno carefully and asked. He didn't know what Zeno was here for, and he couldn't let go. If Zeno gets upset, both he and the 6th universe will be doomed. Because you are holding this competition in private, I would like to remind you that the work of gods of destruction cannot be forgotten. 11. But when I saw the competition, I suddenly realized it was so interesting. Zeno said while looking at Subai. Champa is an old gods of destruction, Zeno has seen it many times. But Subai is the new gods of destruction. This is the first time he has met Subai, so he is very interested in Subai. Master Zeno, this is the new gods of destruction of the 7th universe, Master Subai. Seeing that Zeno noticed Subai, Wei quickly introduced him. Master Subai, this is Master Zeno. Whis did not explain Zeno's identity, but he believed that Subai must understand that just by introducing the title of Zeno, it showed that Zeno was special. Whis also didn't expect that Zeno would actually appear here. If he had known earlier, he would have told Subai about Zeno in advance. Now if Subai accidentally angers Zeno, he and the entire 7th universe will disappear. Whis was a little nervous and hoped that Subai would not anger Zeno. At least for now, Zeno seems to be quite interested in Subai. And with Subai's intelligence, he probably wouldn't do anything to anger Zeno. Lord Zeno. Subai saluted Zeno, but was not as afraid as Champa. The reason why the other gods of destruction are so afraid of Zeno is because Zeno controls their life and death. He could erase them and the entire universe with a single thought. So they were deeply afraid that they might accidentally make Zeno unhappy and be wiped out by Zeno. But Subai knows that Zeno seems to know nothing, but he will not erase the universe randomly. So there is no need to be too afraid in front of Zeno. As long as you don't do anything to seek death, Fenju will not do it for no reason. Moreover, Zeno is not interested in these people who fear and respect him. Because over the years, Zeno has become completely accustomed to other people being afraid of him. It can even be said to be numb. Why can Son Goku attract Zeno's attention in the original novel? Isn't it because Son Goku is different from others, he is not afraid of Zeno, and can even do things to Zeno that others dare not do to him, and that the Lord finds very interesting. This made Zeno, who had been numb for a long time, feel the fun and knew that Son Goku was different, so he wanted to become friends with Son Goku. In other words, showing fear and awe in front of Zeno can only save your own life. But if you can show something different, such as not being so afraid of Zeno, then it is very likely to arouse Zeno's interest. At least for now, there is no harm in arousing Zeno's interest and even becoming friends with Zeno. And in the original work, it was precisely because Son Goku was Zeno's friend that he had the opportunity to propose to Zeno to hold a tournament of power, thus giving the 8 universes a glimmer of hope. Otherwise, according to Zeno's original plan, he would directly erase the next 8 universes without giving him any chance. Therefore, Subai also wants to gain Zeno's friendship and become friends with the king-like Son Goku who dominates time and space. It certainly doesn't hurt anyway. After all, as the supreme being in the Dragon Ball world, the opponent must have a strength of 12 stars or above. There is no harm in becoming friends with such a strong person. Regardless of the fact that Zeno didn't show any strength in the original work, at most he was powerful and could erase everything. It seems that Zeno didn't have much strength, but was just powerful. Many people may think so, but Subai doesn't think so. He believes even more that Zeno is not only powerful, but also very powerful. It's just that Zeno can crush everyone with his ability alone, there is no need to show his strength. Subai, those things you just took out were all made by you yourself. Quote. Hearing Zeno's words, Subai realized that Zeno was talking about the dishes he brought out before. Yes, Master Zeno, I cooked all those dishes myself. If Zeno-sama would like to taste it, I would be happy to oblige. Yeah, hearing Subai's words, Zeno's eyes lit up and he looked at him with his cute little head. Seeing Subai being so casual in front of Zeno, Champa was so scared that his heart almost jumped out of his chest. This Subai's attitude is so casual, don't make Master Zeno angry, and then it will affect me. Champa is very worried about this. If Subai angers Zeno and he suffers as well, that would be really unfair. Correct. Subai is the new gods of destruction, and seeing how Whis introduced Lord Zeno to him just now, Subai must not know how terrifying Lord Zeno is, so he is so casual. If he knew, he would definitely remain in awe and fear like himself. Zeno wants to taste delicious food, and Subai will naturally not be satisfied. If you can gain Zeno's friendship with just one meal, that's really a huge profit. As for the lack of a kitchen, this is no problem for Angel. Whis the wand a little, and a kitchen appears. Subai entered the kitchen, bought some ingredients in the mall, and then cooked all 3 dishes he used to compete. Master Zeno, please. Subai placed the prepared food in front of Zeno. Zeno sat on a chair with his little body lying on the table, looking very cute. If you don't know how scary Zeno is, and see how cute Zeno is, you might not be able to help but hold him in your arms and ravage him. Zeno took a bite of Subai's cuisine and his eyes lit up. As long as you are a god, you don't need to eat. What's more, it's a top-level existence like Zeno. He hasn't eaten in an unknown amount of time, and he usually has no appetite for food. But now, after eating Subai's food, I have an appetite for the first time in a long time. Soon, Zeno finished all 3 dishes and touched his swollen belly. Although Zeno is the supreme god, his sense of taste is no different from that of ordinary people. So you can taste how delicious Subai's cuisine is. In addition, Subai is the first gods of destruction who is not so shy in front of him and is willing to make delicious food for him. This made Zeno more and more interested in Subai. Maybe this Subai can bring me unprecedented fun. Subai, let's be friends. Zeno looked at Subai and said straight to the point. It's not easy to meet a gods of destruction who is not afraid of you, so you can't let it go easily. The other gods of destruction are either afraid or in awe when they see themselves, which is really boring. And Zeno's words immediately made Whis, Vados, Champa and others who knew Zeno's identity dumbfounded. They never thought that Zeno would actually want to be friends with Su Bai. Even Zeno's two guards had shocked expressions on their faces. They have been following Zeno the longest, even longer than Grand Priest. But it was also the first time they saw that Zeno actually wanted to be friends with the gods of destruction. You know, this is the first time Zeno wants to be friends with someone. This is simply a supreme honor. Champa looked at Su Bai with envy. If Su Bai can become friends with Zeno, it can be said that Su Bai can walk sideways in the 12 universes. I won't dare to cause trouble to Su Bai anymore. Su Bai can be said to have the biggest backer. How wonderful it would be if Su Bai was replaced by myself. But Champa also knew that he was not qualified to be friends with Zeno. After all, when he saw Zeno, his legs went weak and he was so frightened. How can I become friends with Zeno? And there are downsides to being friends with Zeno. If Zeno is accidentally made unhappy, it will be fatal. But no matter what, the advantages of becoming friends with Zeno definitely outweigh the disadvantages. Once Su Bai really became friends with Zeno, then he will become one of the most unprovoked people. Okay. Su Bai agreed to Zeno's proposal without hesitation. Isn't this what he wants? I gained Zeno's friendship with just one meal, which can be said to be a real profit. Although this friendship may not be particularly useful. But at least until his strength grows to Zeno's level, it's good to have Zeno as a friend. Even if this friendship is just there, it is still a huge deterrent. After agreeing to become Zeno's friend, Su Bai also reached out to Zeno. Zeno looked at this scene and stretched out his little hand to hold Su Bai's hand. Then, Yinbai lifted the king up. This move almost scared Champa to the point of peeing. I am deeply afraid that Su Bai's move will anger Zeno. Maybe Zeno will not take action against Su Bai because Su Bai is his friend. So where should Zeno vent his anger? Needless to say, it must be me who is present. By then, he and the 6th universe may both be eliminated by Zeno. If it weren't for the fact that Su Bai was now Zeno's friend, he would have wanted to scold Su Bai loudly. How dare you do such a bold move to Zeno? Although Su Bai's move is very ordinary, you must know that the person he is doing this move is Zeno. Before that, who dared to do this to him? Even the Grand Priest would not do such a thing to Zeno. Champa looked at Zeno nervously, fearing that Zeno would be angry next moment. It's okay. Quote. However, Zeno didn't care at all about Su Bai's actions. He fell to the ground and looked at Son Goku with a smile. You are so interesting, it was right for me to become friends with you. Zeno was very interested in Su Bai's move of lifting him up just now. No one had ever done anything like this to him before. This made him feel happy. The reason why Su Bai did this was because he was learning from Son Goku's approach in the original work. In the original work, Son Goku did this to Zeno, and then made Zeno very interested in him. So when he did this, he didn't have to worry about angering Zeno. It can also make Zeno happier and make Zeno more satisfied with himself as a friend. At the same time, Su Bai was also very emotional. I have to say, Zeno has been really boring for too long. He is aloof, no one dares to offend him, and no one dares to use him. Face him with a casual attitude. Others, including Grand Priest, faced Zeno with fear, awe, and respect. In addition, Zeno has been staying in Zeno Temple and rarely goes out. As a result, Zeno is just too boring. He was so boring that even a simple little thing, an ordinary little action, could make him feel very happy. Su Bai thought that if it were him, he would probably go crazy if he was bored for so long. You must know that even if he becomes the gods of destruction, his status in the 7th universe is like Zeno's status in the Dragon Ball world. He wouldn't even be that boring. Before joining the chat group, once he got bored, he would hang out with Whis to kill time. And for those who don't know his identity, he can also blend in and laugh and play with them. As long as you don't offend him, there won't be a problem. But Zeno always stayed at Zeno Temple and didn't go out much. No wonder he was so bored. So sometimes, it's not good to stay at home all the time, and you have to go out for a walk. Especially when there are no entertainment facilities at home. Su Bai, I'll leave first. Let's play together next time. Okay, Quan. Quan, this is a good title. Zeno is also very satisfied with Su Bai's title. Afterwards, Zeno planned to leave. But at this moment, Vados spoke. Master Zeno, there is something I want to tell you. What's going on? I want to follow Mr. Su Bai, I wonder if you can agree. Vados' words surprised Su Bai, Champa, and even Whis on the side. What? Vados is actually coming to the 7th universe. And this is the idea that Vados had before. When he saw Su Bai for the first time, Vados wanted to exchange Su Bai with Champa and become the gods of destruction in the 6th universe. But Whis didn't agree, and she didn't care. But not long ago, she tasted Su Bai's cooking, it was extremely delicious. You must know that Vados, like Whis, is a foodie. Originally there was a lot of food in the 6th universe, and Vados was also very satisfied. But after tasting Su Bai's cooking skills, she realized that the food she had eaten in the 6th universe could not be called gourmet at all. That's right, Su Bai completely conquered Vados with her divine cooking skills. In addition, Champa kept cheating, which made Vados split the map. So I wanted to go to the 7th universe to follow Su Bai. Originally, she wanted to talk to Zeno about this later. But now, since Zeno is here, it's time to talk about this matter. Sister, if you come to follow Mr. Su Bai, what should I do? Whis said, very dissatisfied. This sister wants to take his position. Chapter 84 Vados follows Su Bai, the only gods of destruction with 2 angels. You can also continue to follow Master Su Bai. Both of us can follow Master Su Bai. After hearing Whis' words, Vados said. 2 angels following Master Su Bai. Whis was stunned for a moment, he had never thought about this problem before. It seems that it is not impossible. Vados looked at Zeno expectantly. With the emergence of new gods of destruction and Supreme Kai, or the transfer of Supreme Kai and gods of destruction, angel and gods of destruction can make their own decisions. But angel's transfer can only be decided by Zeno or Grand Priest. Angel is not allowed to make his own decisions. He does not just go to any universe he wants to go to. Okay, then you can follow Su Bai from now on. As for Universe 6, I will send a new angel. Zeno agreed to Vado's proposal without hesitation. To him, angel's transfer was a trivial matter and he didn't need to worry about it at all. As for Su Bai having 2 angels because of this, that is even more of a trivial matter. Thank you, Master Zeno. Seeing that Zeno agreed, Vados was also very happy. She can go to the 7th universe to follow Master Su Bai. Even she, an angel, would be excited to be able to follow such an outstanding gods of destruction. What's more, you can also taste Master Su Bai's cooking skills. Then, Zeno left. Oh, Zeno didn't mention holding the tournament of power. It seems like his attention was attracted by my cooking. Seeing Zeno leave like this, Su Bai was also a little surprised. After all, it stands to reason that Zeno would want to hold a tournament of power. But now, the other party has no such intention. But if you think about it for a moment, you'll understand why. Because the other party's attention was attracted by the cooking. So the idea of holding a power conference is gone. Su Bai, do you know who that adult was just now? After Zeno left, Champa dared to speak. But now, he no longer dares to speak to Su Bai in the same tone as before. You know, Su Bai is now Zeno's friend. If the other party goes to complain to Zeno, it will be over. I know, Master Zeno. You have no idea how scary Master Zeno is. Do you know that what you just did is completely 753 walking a tightrope? If you anger Master Zeno, it will not only be you, but also the 7th universe, even me and the 6th universe, will be killed by Master Zeno in an instant erase. Alright, Master Zeno is not as scary as you say. Su Bai looked at Champa who was extremely afraid of Zeno and felt helpless. No wonder Zeno is so boring, no one wants to play with him anymore. Because everyone else has the same idea as Champa. It is because they are afraid that their actions will anger Zeno, so they appear submissive and fearful in front of Zeno. It didn't make any sense to Zeno. And, Vados, you guy, you actually abandoned me like this. Then, Champa looked at Vados again and said very unhappy. When Vados said he was going to follow Su Bai just now, he was dumbfounded. Vados actually wants to abandon him, the gods of destruction of the 6th universe, and go to the 7th universe. He is probably the first gods of destruction to be abandoned by Angel. He must have been a bit miserable. First he lost both rounds of the competition, and then he was defeated by Su Bai after being tortured. And now, even Vados has abandoned him. He was the only one who did such a miserable job in gods of destruction. I can't help it, Master Champa, Master Su Bai is too outstanding and attractive. Vados said to Champa. As for whether you feel guilty about Champa. No. Champa looked at Vados very dissatisfied, but there was nothing he could do. Master Zeno has already agreed. From now on, there will be a new angel by his side. To be honest, I'm really not used to it, and I don't know how long I will have to get used to this new angel. Since there's nothing else, let's leave first. Su Bai said and used instant transmission to take the others away directly. If it weren't for fear that Champa would keep pestering him in the future. He had already left using instant transmission, and there was no way Champa could stop him. But from now on, Champa didn't dare to pester him anymore. Wow, I didn't expect Master Su Bai to have such ability. Seeing them return to the gods of destruction star in the 7th universe from the junction of the 6th universe and the 7th universe in one fell swoop. Vados was also very surprised. This speed cage is much faster than Angel's. Of course, she also knew that this was not Su Bai's speed, but an ability. Sister, this is all a small scene. Since you are going to follow Mr. Su Bai in the future, I want to talk to you first. No matter what Mr. Su Bai does in the future, you don't need to be surprised. Quote. Even if Master Su Bai didn't have this ability before, but he has it later, don't be surprised. As someone who has experienced this, Whis feels that he has the obligation to remind his sister not to be surprised all the time. With Master Su Bai's incredible talent, it is normal to acquire any new abilities. If you have to be surprised every time, You don't know how many times you will be surprised. It's better to prepare yourself mentally and get used to it in advance. Oh, if you want to say that, then I'll start looking forward to it. After hearing what his brother said, Vados was also looking forward to it. I wonder what other surprises Mr. Subai will bring to her. Next, I will arrange your future training plan. Brawly, the first thing you have to do is master the second and fourth transformations. The third transformation consumes too much energy, so you don't need to practice it. Before trying the universe creation method and Saiyan transformation, Subai also revealed his upcoming training arrangements for Son Goku and Brawly. After all, he is a responsible gods of destruction. As the Super 3 transformation too energy consuming. Vegeta, is that so? After hearing Subai's words, Son Goku looked at Vegeta beside him and asked curiously. Son Gohan was the same, looking at Vegeta very curiously, waiting for the other party's answer. After being resurrected, they have never transformed into Super 3. Only Vegeta changed when fighting Trunks. That seems to be the case. Vegeta thought back to the first time he fought Trunks. After he became Super 3, he indeed lost his physical strength very quickly. But at that time, he was immersed in the discomfort of not being his son's opponent, so he didn't pay much attention. But now that I think about it, I realize that this is really what happened. After becoming Super 3, his energy has been consuming, and the speed is much faster than Super 1 and Super K. But why is this? When we transformed in the underworld, we didn't feel this way. After getting Vegeta's affirmative reply, Son Goku and Son Gohan were very confused. When they were in the underworld, their transformation into Super 3 never felt like it was too exhausting. That's because you were in a dead state when you were in the underworld and your physical strength will not be lost, so you don't feel this way. But now that you are resurrected, your physical strength will be lost, so if you transform into a Super 3, your physical strength will be lost very quickly. Subai explained. So this is all. Son Goku and Vegeta suddenly realized. Son Gohan, on the other hand, noticed another thing. Master Subai, what did you just say? Let Uncle Brawly master the Super 4 transformation. Super 4 transformation. Son Gohan looked at Subai in surprise. He must have heard correctly just now. He heard Master Subai say that Brawly should master the Super 4 transformation. But what about the Super 4 transformation? Is it a stronger transformation than the Super 3 transformation? But isn't the transformation stronger than Super 3, the transformation of God? Why did another Super 4 transformation appear? Yes, Master Subai, what's going on with this Super 4th transformation? Son Goku and Vegeta also reacted and looked at Subai in surprise. They only practiced to the third level of transformation in the underworld, and they also tried to carry out stronger transformations. But it has never been successful. This makes them think that the Super 3 transformation is the transformation that makes demi-humans the strongest. But after resurrection, they saw the transformation of God. So I feel that the Super 3 transformation is the strongest among Saiyan's normal transformations. The stronger transformation is the divine transformation. But now Mr. Subai said, there is also a Super 4 transformation. Then why have they been practicing in the underworld for so long without successfully transforming? It's very simple, because you don't have a tail. Subai pointed to the tail behind Trunks and said to Son Goku and others. Son Goku and others looked at Trunks' tail and suddenly realized. I asked why Trunks has a tail. It turns out that it really has something to do with greater strength. Son Goku said. When Vegeta challenged Trunks again, Son Goku, a bystander, was not optimistic about Vegeta. Because looking at Trunks not panicking at all, it shows that he has confidence. But at that time, Son Goku didn't know what Trunks' confidence was. Because I saw that Trunks had a tail, I thought that this tail must be related to Trunks' confidence. Maybe Trunks hides even greater strength. The final facts proved that Trunks indeed hid stronger strength and a stronger divine transformation. But then he was distracted by the Super Blue transformation and forgot about Trunks' tail. Now that Mr. Subai said this, he immediately understood. Sure enough, Trunks' tail didn't appear for no reason. Related to stronger transformation. So, having a tail is the key to transforming into a Super 4. Yes, my tail was grown by Master Subai and Master Whis. Trunks nodded. You can transform into Super 4 only if you have a tail, and that's not all. If you want to transform into Super 4, you must first transform into a giant ape, then restore your own sanity and control the power you have after transforming into a giant ape. So this is all. Then, for me, Prince Saiyan, isn't this a piece of cake? Vegeta was excited. Staying sane after transforming into a giant ape is not difficult for him as Prince Saiyan. Because he would not lose his mind when he transformed into a giant ape. So, wouldn't he be able to transform into Super 4 easily? Finally, there is one thing where he can surpass Kakarot and his son. Yes, Dad, I was. When he transformed into a giant ape, he didn't lose his mind. Of course, you have my bloodline and the bloodline of the Saiyan royal family. You will naturally not lose your mind when you transform into a giant ape. Only those lower-level warriors will lose their minds after they transform into giant apes. Vegeta said and looked at Son Goku very proudly. It is self-evident who the lower-level warriors he refers to are. Son Goku didn't care about Vegeta's words, because he was already immersed in the excitement of transforming into Super 4. So Trunks, you've mastered the Super 4 transformation? Son Gohan asked very curiously. Yes, that is to say. Son Gohan looked at Vegeta. Seeing Son Gohan's eyes, Vegeta's originally proud expression dropped. Because he knows what Son Gohan means. In other words, in the previous battle, Trunks still released water, and he also released water from the entire galaxy. In the previous battle, Trunks only transformed into Super Blue, which was equivalent to just transforming into Super 1. And since he has mastered the Super 4 transformation, he can naturally also perform the Super Blue 4 transformation. Fortunately, when he mastered the Super Blue transformation before, he didn't find Trunks again to regain his glory. Otherwise, he will only be defeated by his own son again. In fact, Trunks doesn't even need to transform into Super Blue 4, he only needs to transform into Super Blue 2 to defeat him. But if he also masters the 4th Super transformation and can achieve the 4th Super Blue transformation, so can we find Trunks to regain his glory? Forget it. Don't think about regaining your glory for now, let's master the Super 4 transformation first. So, Broly's next training is to completely master the Super 2 and Super 4 transformations. And the three of you, first completely master the 4th transformation, and then start to master the 2nd transformation of Super Blue, which is stronger than Super Blue. As for Trunks, you also have training, that is, you can transform into Super 4 without a tail. Achieve this, you will be considered to have completely mastered the Super transformation. If you are not yet proficient in it, you need a tail if you want to transform into Super 4. But once you fully master the Super 4 transformation, you can transform even without a tail. Therefore, although Trunks can transform into Super 4, he has not yet completely mastered the Super 4 transformation. Only when he can transform without a tail can he fully master it. Of course, Yinbai's training plan for Broly, Son Goku and others is to completely master the Super 4 transformation. It also means that after they use their tails to transform into Super 4, they need to be able to transform without their tails. Wait until you complete this stage of training before proceeding to the next stage of training. But Bai also knows that this stage of training is not so easy to complete. Maybe Broly can do it easily, and Son Gohan can do it quickly. But Vegeta and Son Goku, it will take some time. Chapter 85. More than 800 million universes, Super 5 transformations. After talking about the new training plan for Broly, Son Goku and others, Bai left. He is about to start his own training program. The universe creation method allows you to create a universe within your own body. A single cell can create a universe. So theoretically, I can create more than 800 million universes. After creating the universe creation technique before, Bai did not look at this technique carefully. But now, he realizes how terrifying this technique is. Not only can you create more than one universe, theoretically speaking, you can create as many universes as there are cells. The birth of the universe began from a singularity, and then the universe Big Bang occurred, which gradually formed a universe. Of course, the formation of Dragon Ball universe was definitely not like this. But the universe creation process of the universe creation method is somewhat similar to the birth of the universe in the world before Bai traveled through. Taking a cell as a singularity, a universe is gradually formed. Of course, the process will not be fast, and it will not really be like the Big Bang of the universe. An explosion will directly give birth to the universe at a very fast speed. It takes some time to form the prototype of a universe to form a real universe. But it doesn't take long. However, if we really want to turn all the cells in our body into universe, it will still take a long time. By the way, how come this universe creation technique is somewhat similar to a legendary technique? Oh, by the way, it's somewhat similar to the legendary Divine Elephant's prison suppressing power. In the fantasy world, there is a very famous skill called Divine Elephant Prison Suppressing Strength. It is to turn more than 800 million cells in a person's body into divine elephants, and then gain extremely powerful power. The universe creation method is somewhat similar to this method. It just turns the cells into idols in the universe. Then this is much stronger than the prison suppressing power of the divine elephant. And just like the divine elephant prison suppressing power, when cells become universe, their power can also be increased. When a cell becomes a universe, it is equivalent to possessing the power of a universe. All cells become universe, which is equivalent to having the power of more than 800 million universes. Good guy, with the power of more than 800 million universes, if I can completely practice the universe creation method, I can turn all the cells in my body into universes. Then no matter how big the strength gap between gods of destruction and angel is, it can still be made up. By then I will definitely be able to reach angel level strength, and even be stronger. If I transform into Super Saiyan again, I might be able to reach the level of Zeno and Grand Priest. The power gap between angel and gods of destruction is huge. But no matter how huge it is, with the power of more than 800 million universes, it can make up for it. And if he transforms into Super Saiyan again, he might be able to reach the level of Zeno and Grand Priest. That is, the strength of 12 stars or above. Even though Su Bai's current strength is 11 stars, he is only 1 star away from 12 stars. But the gap between this star is unimaginably huge. Not to mention the difference of 1 star, even if it is just a small difference between upper, middle and lower levels, it is an incomparable huge reason. Even bigger than the difference between 0 stars and 11 stars. But no matter how huge it is, after having the power of more than 800 million universes, it can always make up for the gap with Angel. After becoming Super Saiyan, he can always close the gap with Zeno and Grand Priest. And when the time comes, combined with the God-level breathing method, the power of more than 800 million universes will continue to increase. By then, it may not only be Zeno and Grand Priest levels, but even stronger beings, such as Transcendents, Vortex Gods of Destruction, Mercury Snakes, and other levels. But this must be something very later. After all, I don't even have a universe now. After learning about the power of the universe creation method, Su Bai was very excited and started practicing it immediately. He could feel that a cell in his body began to change. From the outside, the cells are still the same cells. But earth-shaking changes have taken place inside the cells. Planets and even stars began to appear one after another, gradually forming galaxies. As the number of galaxies increases, the prototype of the universe begins to appear. This is Su Bai. If it were another person, even an angel like Whis would practice this universe creation method. There is no such speed of creation. At this rate, I can successfully create a complete universe in 10 days and a half at most. So, it would take tens of millions of years to turn all my cells into universe. Tens of millions of years seem to be a very long time. But the lifespan of gods of destruction is endless. Which of the old gods of destruction has not been the gods of destruction for hundreds of millions of years? It takes tens of millions of years to achieve angel level strength, which is definitely very fast. And that's just how long it will take at the current pace. Will I receive any magical skills in the future that can speed up the required time? In short, Su Bai is not in a hurry. When life becomes endless, no matter how long it takes, it loses its meaning. Moreover, after creating a universe, you can not only gain the power of the universe. Su Bai can also enter the universe he created. Don't ask how he managed to get universe into his body. Those big guys who create the fantasy world also create the world inside their bodies. Can't they go in too? So, I can enter my own universe and transform into Super Saiyan. If you transform outside, it will definitely cause a lot of noise and attract other people. But when you transform in your own inner world, there is no such problem. Su Bai's figure disappeared from the spot and appeared in the world inside his own body. At this time, the world inside the body already had the prototype of universe. Su Bai appeared in the universe space. Looking at the stars around him, he nodded with great satisfaction. When the universe is fully formed, even life will appear. Maybe different civilizations can be born in these universes he created. Can a fantasy world even be born? Just thinking about it makes me look forward to it. And this universe creation method can run automatically, and I don't need to spend any time on it. With the God-level breathing method, not only can the universe be automatically born, but it can also be automatically strengthened. When the two are combined, I really look forward to what these universes in my body will develop into in the future. It is different from those beings in the fantasy world who create the inner world. Su Bai does not need to carefully take care of her inner world. Because the universe creation method operates on its own, the universe will also be born automatically. Just like those idle games, as long as they are placed there, more and more universes will be formed. Moreover, coupled with the God-level breathing method, the power of the universe can be enhanced and the quality of the universe can be improved. If we say that the universe of the Dragon Ball world is equivalent to the quality of the mortal universe in those fantasy novels, the universes in Su Bai's body, after being enhanced by the God-level breathing method, are equivalent to the quality of the fairy world. Just imagine, how powerful would it be if more than 800 million high-quality universe powers were gathered together? Anyway, Su Bai is looking forward to it very much and feels that her future is boundless. The next step is to transform into a Super Saiyan. I don't know what color the Super Saiyan I transformed into is. Son Goku and Trunks are blue after they undergo divine transformation. I believe Broly is the same. Black Goku is pink. I just don't know what color I will be. Su Bai didn't guess, because he would know it soon. Aha! Su Bai shouted loudly. A powerful aura erupted, a layer of purple aura enveloped him, his hair stood up high, and the color of his pupils also changed. Is this what it feels like after transforming into Super Saiyan? Putting aside everything else, this improved strength is really terrifying. Feeling that the power in his body was many times stronger than before, Yin Bai was also very emotional. I have to say that Saiyan's transformation is truly abnormal. A basic Super Saiyan transformation can directly increase your strength 50 times. The strength of Super 1 is 50 times that of normal, Super 2 is 100 times, Super 3 is 400 times, and Super 4 is 4000 times. Moreover, this multiple is fixed and will not weaken as the normal strength becomes stronger. In other words, no matter how strong your normal strength is, as long as you become a Super Saiyan, your power will increase exponentially. Therefore, the stronger the normal strength, the stronger the strength after transformation. There are many people who can compete with the transformed Son Goku and others. Hit, Topo, Jiren, and even gods of destruction. But Su Bai has thought about a question before, that is, how powerful would these beings be if they obtained Saiyan's blood and could transform into Saiyan? Zero request flowers. Now he knows. His normal strength is almost the same as Champa. After the transformation, you can press Champa to the ground and rub it repeatedly with just one hand. Thanks to Son Goku and the others being Saiyan, they can transform to enhance their strength. If you just rely on your normal strength, you won't be able to compete with Jiren, Topo or even Jiren. It's a good thing these people can't transform. Otherwise, Son Goku and the others really wouldn't be able to survive. Therefore, the Saiyan bloodline is indeed very strong and can be transformed, but Dragon Ball is not a work based on bloodline theory. Because there are many bloodlines stronger than Saiyan bloodline. Frieza's frozen demon blood, Hit's blood, Topo and Jiren's blood. Although I don't know what bloodline they are from, it is definitely stronger than Saiyan's bloodline. If it weren't for Son Goku and Vegeta who worked hard to develop their own bloodline, they wouldn't be able to compete with these strong men. It can be said that it is not the Saiyan blood that makes Son Goku and the others successful, but Son Goku and the others who raise the Saiyan blood. But then again, if Su Bai was given a choice, he would still choose Saiyan bloodline instead of other bloodlines. Not to mention whether he is strong or not, he is really handsome after his transformation. Su Bai used his magic machine to create a mirror and put it in front of him, and began to appreciate what he looked like after becoming Super Saiyan. Perhaps because he is the gods of destruction, after he turned into Super Saiyan, his color was purple. The purple hair that stood up high, the purple pupils, and the purple aura surrounding him. Why purple? Because the power of destruction mastered by gods of destruction is purple. Next, Su Bai. It has become Super 2 again, and the hair that was originally standing on end is even more erect and more distinct. There are also purple arcs flashing on the surrounding arrogance. Transformed into Super 3, with long purple hair reaching her waist and her eyebrows disappearing, Su Bai's originally sunny, cheerful and handsome face became tinged with a hint of evil. Moreover, Su Bai could clearly feel that his physical strength was losing much faster than his previous Super 1 and Super 2 transformations. Although for him, it would be okay even if he loses his physical strength at such a rate for a day and a night. But for Son Goku and the others, the drain on their experience was too great. If there is a better alternative, it would be better to use less Super 3 in combat. In the Super 4 transformation, he has thick purple hair and his upper body is covered with purple fluff, revealing his strong chest and abdominal muscles. A tail that was also purple fluff swayed behind him. Su Bai can directly transform into a Super 4 without going through the experience of transforming into a Super 4 like Trunks, and still has complete control over the Super 4. There is no way, the enlightenment is so incomprehensible, there is no need to transform into Super 4 first, like Trunks and Son Goku, and then go through hard training to fully master the Super transformation. But to be honest, what is the reason why the clothes will change after transforming into Super 4? Even I, with my incredible understanding, didn't see it. Seeing the changes in the pants on his lower body, Su Bai was also very curious. How do you do this by changing clothes when you transform into Super 4? Could it be that it comes with the transformation? And he remembered that the clothes of the Super 5 transformation would also change. The next step is the final Super 5 transformation. Finally came the final Super 5 transformation. It is also the most handsome and powerful Super 5 transformation. He had already mastered the Super 5 transformation, but it was only now that he had the ability to transform. Aha! An even more powerful aura suddenly erupted from Su Bai, accompanied by waves of purple air. If Su Bai hadn't controlled his power, just the movement caused by his transformation would have destroyed the world he created. In addition to the difference in strength between the Super 5th transformation and the Super 4th transformation, the biggest difference in appearance is that the hair has become thicker and a pair of pants has been changed. The fluff on the Super 5 transformation is silver white, which is completely different from the red fluff on the Super 4 transformation. But for Su Bai, his color after transforming into Super 5 is not much different from Super 4. They are all purple fluff, but the Ultra 5 purple is a bit more intense. If the previous transformations of Super 1, Super 2 and even Super 4 were lavender. So now the purple color of Super 5 is deep purple. Moreover, Su Bai's hair became thicker and her figure became stronger. And I also changed into a pair of pants, which looked like a magical 4. Chapter 86 Brother Su Bai's figure makes people drool. Suck it. Of course, the change in appearance is secondary, mainly the improvement in strength. Super 1 is 50 times the normal value, Super 2 is 100 times the normal value, and Super 1 is twice the normal value. Super 3 is 400 times that of normal, and 4 times that of Super 2. Super 4 is 10 times that of Super 3 and 4,000 times that of normal. As for Super 5, Su Bai estimated that it is at least dozens of times that of Super 4. The self after the transformation is many times stronger than the self before the transformation. The improvement in strength can be described as a leaping explosion. Su Bai looked at the chat group's test of his own strength. Originally, his strength was at the level of 11 stars. And now, his strength has reached the 11th star. As for the strength among the 11 stars, they are among the top strong even among the gods of destruction. Beerus's strength should also be among the 11 stars. This also shows how big the gap is between each small level of the 11 stars. After Su Bai transformed into Super 5, he was promoted from the 11th star to the 11th star. As for the 11th planet, it is estimated that he will have to wait until all the cells in his body turn into universes and gain the power of more than 800 million universes. With my current strength, I am considered a top powerhouse even among the gods of destruction. Those 11 gods of destruction should be no match for me. I just don't know what Beerus is like. As the strongest gods of destruction, Beerus can defeat the remaining 11 gods of destructions one by one. So his strength is definitely very powerful. Moreover, the other party also possesses the symbol of freedom and the ultimate ease of self. If he didn't fight the opponent, Su Bai really wouldn't know who was stronger compared to his current strength and Beerus. Unfortunately, Beerus from 613 in the future time and space is already dead. If you want to fight Beerus, you need to go to the past time and space. However, gods of destruction is not allowed to travel through time and space. If Trunks traveled through time and space in a time machine, he could turn a blind eye. But if it's him, that won't work. Whis and Vados will definitely stop him. Therefore, fighting Beerus is probably impossible. After testing the transformation of Super Saiyan, Su Bai is ready to leave the world inside her body. When there are more and more universes in his body and life appears, he can come in and wander around. There are more than 800 million universes, which can kill a lot of his time. And the most important thing is that when he created universe, he didn't have to worry about Quan Tian's death. Even if Zeno wipes out the entire 7th universe, he still won't die. Moreover, Zeno has no way to erase him. Because he has his own universe, as long as his universe is not destroyed, he will not die. Of course, he wouldn't commit suicide in front of Zeno just because of this. That would be stupid. Before leaving, Su Bai thought of something and changed from Super 1 to Super 5. After leaving his inner world, Su Bai opened the chat group. Su Bai. At all members, I made a few looks, I don't know what you think. Picture. He felt that he was still quite handsome after his transformation, so he shared it with other people in the group. Garp. Is this the group leader? How come such a big change has happened, but it's good. Oga Tatsumi. Is there really a man who can be so handsome? Yes, he is the leader of the group. Lu Pijang. As expected of the group leader. The group leader is already very handsome, and now with the help of these looks, he looks even more handsome. Lu. I'm sorry, Dad. You were originally the most handsome man I have ever seen. But now you are the leader of the group. Guo Jing. How did the group leader achieve these looks? There are more hairs, and there is actually so much hair on the body, and there is even a tail behind him. Guo Jing. But he's really handsome. Su Bai is also very satisfied with the response of the group members. But that's to be expected. After all, Super Saiyan's transformation, especially the subsequent Super 4 and Super 5 transformations. That level of handsomeness is irresistible to a man. Of course, all the members were attracted by Su Bai's handsomeness after his transformation. As for the female members. Diya. Wow, is this the figure of Brother Su Bai? It's so good. Butterfly Ninja. Yes, although we have seen Brother Su Bai in the live broadcast before, Brother Su Bai is wearing clothes, so his figure is not obvious. Butterfly Ninja. But now, Brother Su Bai has fully displayed his figure. These chest muscles, these abdominal muscles. Ah, I'm going to die. Suck. Xiao Longnu. I don't know why, but seeing these pictures of Brother Su Bai, my mouth suddenly secreted a lot of saliva. Diya. Little dragon girl, this is a normal thing. Which girl doesn't drool after seeing Brother Su Bai's figure? Diya. I wiped it just now, and now it starts to flow again. Suck. Butterfly Ninja. You are just drooling, I started licking the screen. Butterfly Ninja. Brother Su Bai, he is really the best looking man I have ever seen. Suck. The male members are focused on how handsome Su Bai looks after her transformation. As for the female members, they are focused on Su Bai's figure. Even, I couldn't help but drool. So, who said that only men are ISPs? It's the same with women. When they see a handsome man with a good figure, they can't help it. Oga Tatsumi. That's right, the leader of the group is really the best looking person I have ever seen. Oga Tatsumi. His figure seems to have been carved out, every bit is so perfect. Garp. My figure when I was young was completely incomparable to the leader of the group. Lu Pijang. It is impossible to get such a figure without going through extremely rigorous training. Lu Pijang. It's really hard to imagine what kind of practice the leader of the group has done. Su Bai. The training I have done is naturally beyond your imagination. Anyway, it is almost impossible for you to survive. Su Bai couldn't help but shudder when she thought of her training under Whis. That short period of time was really painful. If it weren't for his incredible understanding and strong willpower, he would have died in training long ago. How else could he have grown from an ordinary person to a gods of destruction level powerhouse in just a few years? In addition to his heaven-defying understanding, his strong willpower is also crucial. Otherwise, having a heaven-defying understanding without a strong willpower is useless. But Su Bai also didn't expect why these male group members also started to pay attention to their own figures. Is it possible that this is the legendary saying that proper fitness attracts the opposite sex, and excessive fitness attracts the same sex? But he can understand it. When he watched Dragon Ball before, he was not only envious of Son Goku and their powerful strength. I also envy their muscles very much and want to have their muscles. But it's a pity that he is too lazy. He doesn't know how long and hard training it will take to get such muscles. So it's just envy. He had never thought before that one day he would be able to acquire extremely handsome muscles. I really want to thank myself for persisting under Whis. Garp. By the way, Mr. Group Leader, how did you achieve these looks? Is it your ability as a god? Oga Tatsumi. No, looking at the first picture from the group leader, except for the different colors, I think the rest of it looks a bit like the one the group leader sent to the group before. Vegeta and Trunks in the video transformed. Look. Lu Pijang. Yes, yes. They are indeed very similar. Guo Jing. Could it be that the leader of the group can transform like them? Su Bai. You are right, this is indeed what I will look like after my transformation. As expected of an elite being who can join the chat group, he discovered it so quickly. Diya. So brother Su Bai, Vegeta and Trunks can transform, was it you who taught them? Su Bai. Diya, you are saying the opposite. The reason why I can transform should have something to do with them. Butterfly Ninja. What do you mean, brother Su Bai, did they teach you how to transform? Su Bai. You can say that. If he hadn't observed Trunks' transformation, he wouldn't have understood the Super 5 transformation, and wouldn't have been able to master the Super 1 to Super 5 transformations. Therefore, it is not wrong to say that Trunks taught him how to transform. Garp. Sir, Group Leader, I wonder if you can teach us how to transform. Garp. This transformation looks so handsome. I want to try it too. Oga Tatsumi. Yes, yes, Group Leader, I don't know if it's okay. Others are also looking forward to Su Bai's answer. What man wouldn't love such a handsome transformation? Su Bai. This, it really doesn't work. 0.0 inches. Su Bai. Because this transformation cannot be learned by just teaching, you need something. Garp. What is it? Su Bai. Saiyan bloodline. Oga Tatsumi. Saiyan bloodline. What is this? Could it be some kind of special bloodline? It's like Baru-chan has the bloodline of the Demon King. Su Bai. Absolutely. In your world, except for people like Guo Jing, Xiao Longnu, and Butterfly Ninja who lived in ancient or modern times, there should be some theories about aliens. Oga Tatsumi. Is it possible that this Saiyan is a kind of alien? Su Bai. Well, Saiyan is a type of alien, and their blood is Saiyan blood. Su Bai. And this transformation is unique to Saiyan. Without their bloodline, even if you know how to transform, you won't be able to transform. Just like him before, he had already mastered the Super 5th transformation, but he had to wait until he obtained the Saiyan bloodline before he could transform. Diya. So brother Su Bai, are you also a Saiyan? Su Bai. I am not a Saiyan, but I got their bloodline by chance, so I can transform. Butterfly Ninja. So that's it. Brother Su Bai is a god and can do anything. So it's normal to get Saiyan's bloodline. Garp. That's a pity. We can't get the Saiyan bloodline and we can't have such a handsome transformation. Su Bai. There are no ways. Su Bai. After the mall is upgraded, more advanced products will appear, including Saiyan blood products. Garp. Can the mall even sell this kind of thing? Then I must buy it. Oga Tatsumi. Well, I just don't know how much this Saiyan blood is worth. Less points. Quote. Su Bai. This point should be a number that you can't come up with in a short time. You must know that in the exclusive mall, Saiyan bloodline is worth 30 million points. Even if he, as the group leader, offers a 10% discount on all products, that would still require 3 million points. Therefore, if Saiyan bloodline really appears in the mall, the price should be similar to that in the exclusive mall. Let alone 30 million points, even 3 million points are not something that the current group members can get. Su Bai. Anyway, you'd better accumulate points, otherwise you won't be able to afford good things in the future. Guo Jing. If that's the case, isn't it a bit of a loss to spend so many points to buy Saiyan bloodline? Guo Jing. Although he is indeed handsome after the transformation, it does not help improve his strength. If he is just handsome, would it be wrong to spend so many points to buy Saiyan bloodline? It's a bit wasteful. Quote. Garp. Indeed, Guo Jing is right. Seeing Guo Jing's words, those members of Group 2.3 who originally wanted to buy Saiyan bloodline calmed down. They were all attracted by Saiyan's handsomeness after his transformation, and did not consider the cost-effectiveness issue. If the Saiyan bloodline only became more handsome after the transformation, it's not worth spending so many points to buy Saiyan bloodline. Although they don't know how many points the Saiyan bloodline is worth, it must be a lot of points. With so many points, it is enough for them to increase their strength to a terrifying level. It would be such a waste to spend so many points on buying Saiyan blood just for the sake of looking handsome after transformation. They must choose to improve their strength. Su Bai. Do you think that Saiyan just became more handsome after his transformation? You are absolutely wrong. Su Bai. Take a closer look at the video I sent before. Seeing what Su Bai said, Garp and others quickly opened the previous video and started watching it. At this glance, they understood why the group leader said this. Garp. After Vegeta and Trunks transformed, their strength also became stronger. Garp. So, this Saiyan transformation will not only make him more handsome, but also increase his strength. Su Bai. Well, have you seen my first picture? This is the weakest transformation among the Saiyan transformations. It is called the Super Saiyan transformation, which can also be said to be the Super transformation. Su Bai. And the strength of this Super transformation is 50 times that of the normal state. And it will not weaken as the normal strength increases. Su Bai. In other words, no matter how strong your normal strength is, as long as you transform into Super 1, your strength will be increased 50 times. Chapter 87. I can finally meet Brother Su Bai. First offline gathering. Increase your strength 50 times. When they saw Su Bai's words, all the group members were stunned. What is the concept of increasing strength 50 times? They can't imagine it. Because they can't imagine how strong their strength will become after increasing 50 times. But they know that they are absolutely very strong. Becoming the strongest person in the world is just a piece of cake. And this is just the weakest transformation among Saiyan's transformations. Judging from the pictures sent by the group leader, Saiyan has 5 transformations. Even the weakest one can increase its strength 50 times, but what about the stronger transformations? Wouldn't it increase the strength hundreds of times? It's so terrifying, it's simply so terrifying. Garp. I didn't expect the Saiyan bloodline to be so powerful. Not only is it so handsome after transformation, but it can also improve so much strength. Garp. It's simply the perfect bloodline. Oga Tatsumi. But needless to say, the price is definitely beyond our reach. Oga Tatsumi. Such a powerful bloodline requires at least hundreds of thousands of points, right? Even millions of points are not impossible. Guo Jing. So, we still have to work hard to earn points. Diya. By the way, I have a question, Brother Su Bai, can we girls also undergo such a transformation? Su Bai. Of course. Saiyan's transformation is not exclusive to male Saiyans, female Saiyans can also transform. In the original work, wouldn't Caulifla and Kel of the 6th universe be able to transform into Super Saiyans? Diya. Then if we can also master the 2 transformations of your last 2 pictures, Brother Su Bai, then we shouldn't be like you without clothes on the upper body. Butterfly Ninja. Indeed, although we can't even afford Saiyan blood now, it's still a bit too early to talk about transformation. Butterfly Ninja. But I still want to ask, Brother Su 20 Bai, if we could undergo the same transformation as you, wouldn't we be like you, showing our muscular upper body? Seeing Diya and Butterfly endure their words, Su Bai understood what they were worried about. They were worried about what they would do if they could achieve Super 4 and 5 transformations in the future, but ended up with no clothes on their upper bodies, directly exposing their bodies. But then again, Su Bai really hasn't thought about this. Because there is no female Saiyan who has transformed into Super 4 and Super 5. So I don't know what it looks like when they transform into Super 4 and Super 5. But it shouldn't be like the male Saiyan, who directly exposes his strong chest and abdominal muscles. If it really looked like that, the picture would be too beautiful, and it would be no different from the upper body of Hong Guago. But probably not. After all, the Super 4 and Super 5 transformations come with their own clothes. Male Saiyan only has pants and no clothes, just because there is no need. But if it is a female Saiyan who transforms, she should be wearing half of her clothes and not be naked. Su Bai. You can rest assured about this. For the last 2 transformations, you will bring your own clothes after transformation. Su Bai. Look at some of my pictures. The clothes I wore in the first 3 pictures are the same, but the clothes in the last 2 pictures are different and have changed. Su Bai. The last 2 transformations will change your clothes. If you transform into a man, your muscular upper body will be revealed. As for a woman, she will bring her own clothes, so nothing you are worried about will happen. Diya. So that's the case, then we can rest assured. Butterfly Ninja. But it's really too early for us to ask this. We don't even know when we can get the Saiyan bloodline. Su Bai. It's good for you to prepare for a rainy day, but it will indeed take a long time for you to carry out the last 2 transformations. Let's not talk about how expensive Saiyan bloodline is. Let's just say that it is not an easy task to master the Super 4 and Super 5 transformations. The members in the group want to do it, but they don't know how long it will take. Just gathering the points to purchase the Saiyan bloodline is not something that can be done in a short time. Alu. By the way, the group leaders competition has ended. I should have won both rounds. Su Bai. Well, I won the 2 rounds. Alu. Lord, group leader, can we hold an offline gathering among group members? We have never met offline before. Su Bai. Okay. Didn't I say before that after my competition is over, I can have a party, which is also a good time to celebrate my victory. Diya. That's great. I can finally see brother Su Bai again. Butterfly Ninja. Great. I can finally meet brother Su Bai. Xiao Longnu. Me too, I can finally go to Su Bai Lei. Diya. I am the first person in our group who has met brother Su Bai offline. Diya. Moreover, brother Su Bai also set off fireworks specially for me. The fireworks are so beautiful. Video. Diya played the previous video of Su Bai setting off fireworks for her. She recorded this before, and now she watches it again every day, and she is almost addicted to the video. Butterfly Ninja. I really envy you, Diya, but this time we can also meet Su Bai's book club. From now on, you will not be the only one to see Su Bai Shishi. Xiao Longnu. Yeah, that's right, Diya. But no matter what, I am still the first member of the group who has seen brother Su Bai in person. You will never be able to compare with me in this regard. Su Bai. Okay, why are you still comparing yourself? Su Bai. Then let's set a time and place. Garp. Sir, group leader, it's up to you to decide. Alu. Yes, Lord Group Leader, it's up to you to decide. Anyway, I can do it anytime. Butterfly Ninja. Me too. Now that there is no threat from evil spirits, the Demon Slayer Corps has become an organization that protects peace and is developing steadily. Butterfly Ninja. I don't have anything to do during this time, so it's okay. Xiao Longnu. I'm going to Xiangyang City soon. Anyway, it's not too late. Brother Su Bai, please tell me a time and place. Seeing that the group members all wanted to decide for themselves, Yinbai didn't refuse. Su Bai. In that case, let's make it tomorrow. Su Bai. As for the location, I gained an ability just before that can create the universe. Su Bai. Then I will take you to visit my universe. The universe here is not the seventh universe, but the universe created by Su Bai himself. Although it hasn't taken shape yet, it's totally fine to have a gathering of group members. Garp. The universe created by the leader of the group. The leader of the group is indeed a real god. He can even create a universe. Diya. Creating the universe, brother Su Bai is so unfathomable that he can even do such a thing. Butterfly Ninja. Then does this mean we can go to brother Su Bai's house as guests? Su Bai. If you want to say that, there is no problem. Alu. I'm so looking forward to it. I don't know what kind of universe the group leader creates. It must be much more spectacular than the food world. Uru. In that case, I will definitely come with a lot of ingredients tomorrow. Since it is a party, how can there be no delicious food? Xiao Dongjia. If there are ingredients, naturally there must be a chef to make them into delicious food. Young master. It's a pity that the group leader's cooking skills are much better than mine, so I won't practice cooking in front of the group leader. Subo. No, little master, it's you who do it. Su Bai. Even if I use god-level cooking skills, the version I use will be the same as the version you master. Su Bai. So there is no difference between the food you make and the food I make. Garp. That's right, the group leader can't use the full version of god-level cooking skills to make dishes, otherwise we won't be able to withstand the power of the dishes. Guo Jing. In that case, we still have to trouble the young master. Little boss. No trouble, it's my honor to cook for you. As a chef, making delicious dishes for customers is a matter of course. What's more, the people he is cooking for this time are the members of the chat group. Among them is the group leader. It's really an honor for him to cook for them. The little boss decided that he must have a perfect performance and not let down the group leader and other group members. Garp. Since Aru brought food, I won't bring it. Originally, I wanted to hunt a few Neptunes for food. Garp. But the ingredients in Alu world are much more delicious than those from Neptune. Garp. Then what should I bring? Su Bai. No, you don't need to bring anything. Alu can just bring the ingredients. Others only need to bring themselves. Diya. Then I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Butterfly Ninja. Me too. Lu Pijang. After this gathering is over, we will start testing the lunar engine. The time is just right. Su Bai. Well, everyone, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing you. It's not just others who are looking forward to meeting Su Bai, the group leader. Su Bai is also looking forward to meeting other people. After all, these people have only been seen in anime and movies before. Now that I can meet the real person, I am naturally looking forward to it. Xiao Longnu. Brother Su Bai, see you tomorrow. Garp. Everyone, see you tomorrow. Butterfly Ninja. See you tomorrow. All group members are looking forward to tomorrow. A captive world of gourmet food. Alu found his friend and asked him to prepare some top-quality ingredients. Money was not an issue. This is the group's first offline gathering. As the person in charge of ingredients, naturally he can't take some ordinary ingredients. If it weren't for the fact that he couldn't get ingredients from the gourmet world, he would even want to bring ingredients from the gourmet world to the party. But even if there are no ingredients from the gourmet world, we still need top-quality ingredients from the human world. For ordinary people, they can't get such top-quality ingredients and they don't have the money. But for him, the 4 heavenly kings, channels and money are no problem at all. Even among these top ingredients, there are several ingredients he discovered. Mr. Alu, why do you look so happy? On the side, Xiaosong, who was Alu's partner, saw Alu so happy and asked curiously. Could it be that Mr. Alu discovered some ingredients again? Xiaosong, I'm going to have a party with other people in the group tomorrow. I can also meet the group leader. Alu didn't hide anything from Xiaosong. After all, he had already told Xiaosong about the chat group. Even 663 the other 3 kings know about this matter. And he also taught them the god-level breathing method. So that's it. No wonder Mr. Alu prepared so many top-quality ingredients. Xiaosong glanced at the ingredients next to Alu. These were all ingredients prepared by Alu, and every ingredient was top-notch. It's a pity that he is not a member of the chat group and cannot go to the party. Otherwise, I really want to go along and see what people in other worlds are like. Demons destroy the world. The butterfly ninja hummed happily, which made the other members of the Demon Slayer Corps very confused. I don't know why the butterfly ninja is so happy. Even if she eliminated all the evil ghosts before, she would not be so happy. After asking, she found out that she was going to attend a chat group gathering, and finally got to meet the group leader she had longed for. In the words of Butterfly Ninja, compared to meeting the leader of the group, what does killing evil spirits mean? Being able to see Su Bai is a more important and happy thing for Butterfly Ninja than killing the evil ghost. Condor World. Master, I am going to attend the chat group meeting tomorrow. For those of you who are coming, please make arrangements first. Guo Jing said to his master Hong Qigong. Oh, are you going to see the leader of the group who is a god? Well, all group members including the group leader will show up tomorrow. I have been joining the chat group for so long, and I can finally meet them in person. By the way, Jinger, what's the purpose of calling all the people scattered around? Could it be that you are already preparing to take action against the Imperial Court? I do have this idea, but I called them here not for this matter, but for other things. When I finish this matter, it's time to take action against the Imperial Court. What Guo Jing was talking about was naturally about using god-level piano skills to remove cancer. He has mastered the god-level piano skill, and his men are much stronger than before, and have the power to compete with the Imperial Court. Now everything is ready, all we need is the east wind. After he had eliminated the cancer in his men, it was time to take action against the Imperial Court. But before that, the party is more important, armor the world. Everyone, please allow me to take a day off tomorrow. Shinan said to several other summoners. What's wrong, Shinan? Do you have a piano competition tomorrow? Bei Chao asked very curiously. During this period of time, Shinan had conquered all the group members, and even Bai Miao was convinced by him. There is no other way, the god-level breathing method is so fragrant. Chapter 88 Everyone, welcome to the world I created. With the support of Bai Miao and Mei Jun's deceased relatives, Shinan bought all the god-level breathing techniques and god-level piano skills he wanted to obtain in the mall. He also taught the god-level breathing method to other summoners, allowing them to feel the magic and power of the god-level breathing method. Therefore, they are now convinced of Shinan, even Bai Miao. Because Shinan not only taught them the god-level breathing method, but also took on the responsibility of being a captain as he said. Of course, Shinan also told them that if there was a piano competition, he would still participate. Others, including Bei, expressed their understanding. So now, when they heard that Shinan was going to take a day off, everyone else thought that it was because Shinan was going to participate in the piano competition. No, the piano competition won't start for some time. I'm going to a party tomorrow. This is the first party of our chat group. Shinan said very excitedly. Even he, who is usually very indifferent, was very excited at this time. This is the first meeting of the chat group. He finally gets to meet the other group members. Moreover, we can also meet the leader of the gods. You're going to a party, so you won't be in our world tomorrow? Mei Jun said very surprised. She didn't think that the first gathering of the chat group would choose their world. It should probably be to the world where the group leader is. Well, the group leader said he would take us to the universe he created. The group leader also created the universe. Bai Miao and others were almost stunned. This group leader is a bit too outrageous. Not only can you create so many magical skills, but now you can even create universes? Create a universe. This thing can also be created? Could it be that the universe therein was also created by a god? Shinan, just go ahead and leave this place to us. Yes, Shinan, as long as we are here, you can go and enjoy the party. Without any hesitation, everyone else agreed that Shinan should go to the party. Even Bai Miao didn't have any dissatisfaction. This is the first gathering of the chat group, and the group leader will also appear. As a member of the chat group, of course Shinan wanted to go. What's more, there hasn't been much happening recently. Those supernatural beasts have been beaten stupid by them during this period. It is estimated that the Dark Guardian will take action on his own in the future. So there is no problem for Shinan to leave for a day. Even if I am away for a few days, it will be fine. Anyway, Even if the Dark Guardian takes action in person, with their strength, even if they cannot seal them, they can still prevent them from messing around. Shinan nodded, looking forward to the arrival of the next day, even more than the piano competition. It can be said that if there is a piano competition tomorrow, he will choose to attend the party instead of participating in the piano competition. Not only Guo Jing, Alu, Butterfly Ninja and Shinan, but other group members are also looking forward to the next day. In fact, I was so excited that I didn't sleep all night. Finally, the next day came and it was time for the party. Su Bai. At all members, everyone, I have released my authority now and you can come over. If you want to go to the world of another group member, you need the permission of that group member. If Su Bai doesn't agree, others won't be able to get through. So after he agrees, other group members can pass. Moreover, Su Bai has now arrived in the world of his own creation. So when other group members come over later, they will also come directly to his world. The group members couldn't wait to use the time travel function one by one, and then they saw a black passage appear in front of them. I am leaving. Master, I'm going to leave first. I'd like you to deal with the things here first. Everyone, I'm going to leave first. If a supernatural beast appears today, I'll be in trouble for you. Ling Ling, I'm leaving first, and I'll bring you some delicious food. It's delicious food made by a group member with god-level cooking skills. The group members said goodbye to their partners one by one, and then walked into the passage. When the scene in front of them changed, they found that they had arrived in a strange place. A sunny and handsome young man was looking at them with a smile. Lord Group Leader, Brother Su Bai. Seeing this young man, the group members greeted him excitedly. They had seen the true face of the group leader during the live broadcast before. But it was their first time, except Diya, to see the leader of the group in person. Now, they finally meet the group leader offline. They saw a real god with their own eyes. This is a supreme honor. Everyone, welcome to the world I created. Su Bai looked at the group members arriving one by one and said with a smile. Watching these characters who could only be seen in animations and film and television dramas before, now appear live in front of me. Su Bai was also very emotional. If he could take a photo and send it to his previous world, it would probably cause a sensation. But more often than not, people will probably misunderstand that they are doing cosplay. Brother Su Bai. We meet again. Diya ran to Su Bai and said with a smile on his face. At this time, Diya is no longer the girl who is full of darkness and despair in life. Now she is a normal and lively girl. Yes, we meet again. What happened to you next? Galaxy Eye didn't come to trouble you, right? No, they probably don't know that Carrot is dead yet, so the pretty girl will give me time to develop. That's good. If you encounter any danger, remember not to be impulsive. I know, Brother Su Bai, if I encounter any danger again, I will definitely ask you for help. Seeing that Diya and Su Bai are so familiar, Butterfly Ninja and Xiao Longnu are very envious. They looked at each other and came to Su Bai. Brother Su Bai, I am a Butterfly Ninja. Brother Su Bai, I am Xiao Longnu. The two introduced themselves to Su Bai, and they seemed very reserved. Before meeting Brother Su Bai, they were very excited and looking forward to it, thinking about the scene when they met Brother Su Bai. But when they actually saw him, they found that they were very reserved and embarrassed to talk to Brother Su Bai. Relax a little, am I that scary? You don't have to be so reserved. Su Bai looked at the two people and said with a smile. And you guys, come here, don't be too nervous. Immediately, Su Bai said to Garp and others. They were standing not far away, not knowing whether they should come over or not. However, after hearing Su Bai's words, they looked at each other and walked over. Lord Group Leader, is this the world you created? Garp looked around and asked curiously. The others were the same, looking around with a very curious mood. The world they live in is not the world where the leader of the group lives. It is a world created by the group leader himself. Well, but now this world is not complete and has not become a complete universe. You may not feel it, but it is growing at a very fast speed. It is estimated that it will become a complete universe in a few days. So Lord Group Leader, the universe you created is almost complete now. Otherwise it wouldn't have been a few more days to become whole. No, it's only been 1 day since I created this universe. Other group members had question marks over their heads. What did they just hear? It only took 1 day for the group leader to create this universe. The leader of the group just said that it will become a complete universe in a few days? Could it be that the group leader's concept of time is different from theirs? In fact, the few days he mentioned represent hundreds of millions of years? You don't have to think about it. What I said will happen in a few days really means it will happen in a few days. Seeing the expressions of the group members, Su Bai guessed what they were thinking and couldn't help but smile. So, Mr. Group Leader, are you saying that it only took you a few days to create a complete universe? A universe that is the same as the universe in our world? Roughly the same. This. All the group members were stunned, especially those who knew the concept of universe, who were even more shocked. You must know that in their world, even the universe has not been fully explored, and some have even just left the solar system. But here, the group leader, the unknown universe can actually be created within a few days? This is a bit too outrageous. The leader of the group, how powerful is he? Okay, let's not talk about this anymore. Now that you are all here, we can start the party. I have prepared the place. Come with me. Su Bai took the others into a room. The room is large and has many entertainment facilities for people to enjoy. Don't be polite, everyone, just treat it like your own home. This is also the first time that Su Bai has hosted so many people on his property. But he used to watch TV and it was always like this. The things Su Bai prepared are extraordinary, even entertainment facilities are the same. Not to mention Guo Jing, Xiao Longnu and Butterfly Ninja, the three ancient and modern people. Even Oga Tatsumi, Lu Pijang and other modern people look like Grandma Lu entering the Grand View Garden. Sir Group Leader, these are the ingredients I brought. Lu handed Su Bai the ingredients he dragged behind him. Su Bai took a look at the ingredients. There were many kinds of ingredients, and there were even several complete animals among them. Moreover, the animals in the captive world of delicious food are all extremely huge, and they are animals that are not found in other worlds. Wow, you brought so many ingredients, isn't it a bit too much? There are only so many of us, we can't finish them all. Garp looked at the ingredients behind that could be described as a hill, and said with some emotion. The same goes for everyone else. This is the first time they see a mountain of ingredients piled up in front of them. This scene can be said to be very spectacular. There are so many ingredients, let alone just a few of them. Even if it is supplied to hundreds of people, it is more than enough. It's not a big problem, just eat more, Lu said with a smile. He didn't know if any of the other group members were as big eaters as him, so he prepared more. After all, this is their first party, wouldn't it be very shameful if you don't bring enough ingredients by then? You can sit wherever you want and don't worry about wasting it. If you can't finish it, you can pack it back to eat, or you can pack some for your friends and partners. As Su Bai spoke, he moved the ingredients to another room. This room is the kitchen he specially prepared for the young master. Little master, I'll leave it to you next. With so many ingredients, this is a difficult task. A difficult task indeed. The little boss looked at the mountains of ingredients, and the corners of his mouth twitched slightly. As a chef, he has seen a lot of ingredients, and he has also seen a lot of ingredients piled together. But none of it could compare to the scene in front of me. If it were him before, if he wanted to make all these ingredients into gourmet food, he wouldn't be able to do it in a few days. And there shouldn't be too long a break in between. It can be said that after he has processed so many ingredients, he will be almost done. But fortunately, he now has god-level cooking skills and can make delicious food quickly. Moreover, the kitchen prepared by the group leader, Hao Wanghao, is full of high-tech kitchen utensils. After mastering god-level cooking skills, you can perfectly master various kitchen utensils and machines from ancient and modern times, both at home and abroad. However, because the young master lived in ancient times, he could only use ancient kitchen utensils. This was the first time he saw modern kitchen utensils. There is not much change from ancient kitchen utensils, but there are some high-tech machines that can cook food quickly. Let me help too. Lu walked into the kitchen and said to the young master. He has also mastered god-level cooking skills. After all, for a super foodie, the attraction of god-level cooking skills is very important. It would be too time-consuming for the little boss to handle so many ingredients by himself. If one more person handles it, the speed will be much faster. Then I'll trouble you. The young master did not refuse. Lu, who also mastered god-level cooking skills, was no worse than himself in cooking. Xiao Dongjia and Lu started to process the ingredients, while Su Bai sat with others and played and chatted. How's it going, Shinan? Are Bai Miao convinced by you now? Have the people behind Meijun supported you? Yes, Lord Group Leader. Bai Miao is convinced of me now, and the people behind Meijun and Doctor are also supporting me. I have now acquired god-level breathing techniques and god-level piano skills. That's good. How about you, Duanmu? Does Ma Qingshan support you? Yes, after he went back, he asked his father for money, and then bought various treasures for me to exchange for points. I have now obtained the god-level breathing method, and my strength has improved a lot. I even think that after a while, I will be able to deal with those oxels without summoning armor. The same goes for me. After a while, I think I can deal with those supernatural beasts without summoning armor.